Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It is currently the 80th part, but I'm rather foolishly forgetting to update that information on Twitch. On Twitch at this time it still says 79, so I'm going to fix that now. You can edit these things while live, I believe. Yes. Excellent. So, yeah, what's happening today? Basically just relaxing after a very lengthy stream yesterday. For some of you it's not really a big deal for a streamer to go for as long as 8 hours, but for me I would say that is quite a big deal. That's my entire day basically. And you know, from 10 in the morning to 6 in the evening basically. And it was pretty... I enjoyed it. I got Ethan on towards the end and it was good fun. I enjoyed myself there as well. It was a little bit annoying watching back to see that there was some playback or some spill from my headphones into the microphone, so Ethan was echoing a little bit. Unfortunately, to my understanding, that was not drawn to my attention while live at the time. So, what is happening with the game? It's blinking on my television. I don't know if that's affecting the recording at all. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately there was a bit of echo, and I wasn't able to fix it at the time because I didn't know about it, so that was kind of annoying. I don't know if it would be enough to ruin it for anyone. It would be enough to ruin it for me, but yeah, there was just an audio issue there that I couldn't really help. I think I just saw Vernon come online there, so looks like I do have him with me. Unfortunately, he was not able to join me last time. I don't know what the fuck is happening with my capture card right now, because my TV keeps, like, losing signal and then regaining signal. I don't think that's affecting whatever is being delivered to Twitch, but yeah. Hopefully it doesn't continue doing that, because it's going to be hard to hunt when I get no video feed on my TV for, like, 2 seconds at a time every now and again. But yeah. Who's pinging me on Discord? Yeah, well, you did stay up pretty late, didn't you, Anton? Didn't you stay up until like 10 in the morning or something? I'm doing well, Vernon. Okay, someone pinged me on Discord. Beta's just saying that she won't be able to join the stream. Hello, Takashi. But yeah, we'll see what we'll be doing today. In terms of how long I'll be streaming, it's not going to be 8 hours. It's not happening. That's a little bit too much to ask. Oh, you know what's happening? There's no audio from the game, which is likely a result, or is related at the very least to me losing connection on my TV. So what I'm probably going to have to do is unplug and plug back in my HDMI cable into my capture card. I mean, usually I don't have to do these sorts of things while live, you know, troubleshoot. But this seems like a low-level troubleshooting thing, so shouldn't take too long. I'll be just one moment. In fact, my hair looks different today. It's because I blow-dried it. Only because I needed to wash it this morning. Usually I wash my hair in the evenings and then I let it dry before going to bed, and then I, you know, brush it a little bit. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to... I don't know what the hell it's doing. I really have got no idea. I'm going to deactivate it and then reactivate it. Is that giving me audio now? No, it's not. Why would you not give me audio? I mean, you guys know that I generally don't have to troubleshoot these things, but today we're having a little bit of an issue. Don't know why. Okay, so I'm getting audio on my TV now, but That's actually, I hadn't even thought about that. I wasn't getting audio on my TV when I wasn't able to record audio, so... Okay, how's this gonna go? See, now that fixes the problem. Why would that fix the problem? I've got no fucking idea. All I did was, instead of... Well, actually... No, that does make sense. Because what that means is that it was an issue to do with the connection to the TV, had nothing to do with the console's connection to the capture card. Excuse me, connection to my computer. Rather, anyway, doesn't matter. We are in business now, I think, so yeah. Sorry about the issues there. But as you know, generally don't have issues, so we have to have issues eventually, otherwise it's no fun, now is it? Or maybe it is better without issues. Either way. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it, but I think that has solved the issue. It's just a weird connection from the capture card to the computer. So, yeah. That's actually a good thing, because it means that the issue is probably USB related, which means that it's not a physical hardware issue with the capture card, because if it were the latter, then that would be kind of annoying to deal with. But, yeah. We seem to be under control now. If anything seems amiss, do let me know if it doesn't seem like I have taken notice of it myself. Because if something goes wrong or something's just really weird while live and I don't catch it, I can't fix it in post, so that is what it is. So I will have Vernon joining me. He's probably waiting in the wings as we speak, so I will find an appropriate room for the both of us to be in. Maybe this one with Daniel and Nami. We will see what's happening here. When I say we'll see what's happening, what I mean to say is that it's possible someone will take that last slot before Vernon can get in, so... Is today the 9-hour stream? No, definitely not. Definitely not, because I really am not going to be doing that very often. What I was going to say before I started having video troubles was I do plan to record for as long as it takes for me to get to Hunter Rank 800. Now, either I get to Hunter Rank 800 and finish, or I get to 2 hours and finish there. It's going to be either of those two things. I just need to take care of some things that I was meaning to take care of yesterday, but instead got caught up doing an 8-hour stream. So, yeah, I'm going to be recording for less today, but let's say, for instance, it takes me 3 hours, which I don't think it would, to get from 796 to 800. I would go for that long. And then if, for example, it only takes me an hour for some weird reason, then I will go for an additional hour. That's what I'm trying to say here, so... Hello, Juvenator, and hello, Cavenator. So, I am going to get ready for... Who is this? This isn't you, is it? Vernon. Oh, you're typing something. Hold on, I need to get my chat popped down. I don't know what's going on with it. Give me a second. Everything and nothing's going smoothly today after all that. Your online services have been deactivated and you got it fixed. You are the cat, Tazzy. Well, excellent, that's good to know. So, you have a few cats that you have used. I don't think you were that cat before, but yeah, makes things a little confusing. What I hate is that you can't actually see the original hunter's name anywhere. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't make it so that the cat's name is the primary name. That's fine. What I mean is, I want to see who the fucking hunter is behind the cat. It just makes no sense that they would totally remove the original name of the hunter. It's very confusing. Like, really confusing. I don't know why they wouldn't decide, oh, that's probably not a good idea as far as, you know, trying not to confuse people is concerned. No, they're A-okay to confuse the fuck out of people. Like me. Anyway. Because I am so close to Hunter Rank 800, I definitely have to do that today. And that's one of the reasons why I'm playing this game today, as opposed to 3 Ultimate or something like that. Well, no, literally that. Not something like that, literally 3 Ultimate. Because that is my other choice. Of course, you know, I swear, the chef was fired up, I had only 2 skills to get, and then my character's like that, instead of throwing his arms in the air, and as a result, I don't get Exchanger, you know, today's the day when I need Exchanger, thank you very much. But whatever, we're stuck with black belt today, and I think we are ready to go. I've got no idea how I was playing last night, to be completely honest with you, because for that last hour and a half to 2 hours worth, well, it was 2 hours, yeah. That last 2 hours worth of recording, I was playing 100% subconsciously. I was not paying attention to anything I was doing. So basically, whatever I was doing in game was pure muscle memory. So yeah, hopefully I was playing alright. I think I only died once to Hyper Devil Joe, and then I think outside of that I did fine. I just recalled that we failed Hyper Devil Joe twice towards the end there, which was really annoying. But yeah, it was what it was, and I think we finished up with Chaotic Gormagala with a team that Vernon tells me, or told me at the time, was really, really bad. So yeah, I wasn't paying any attention to the team because I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing, much less the team. I was playing so subconsciously, but yeah, apparently the team sucked, and quite frankly, I was not surprised because I think it was the same team that was failing with Hyper Devil Joe before, so yeah, whoever they were, I don't think they were all that good overall, so yeah. Getting in position for the head here, there we go. You could see there that I was dropping down the sword so as to hit it right as the head was coming down, and the reason why was because I was anticipating the wind press upon all 4 legs hitting the ground. So now that's really annoying. I think that, yeah, it ended up hitting the leg instead of the head, that final smash charge that I did there. Very annoying. Whatever. Sometimes you just have to live with it. That's, you know, that would be the reliable head hit. This is the unreliable one. This is where you have to try and get it whilst swinging around. It's really fucking annoying. There you go. Beautiful and awesome. All 3 of those, I believe, I managed to get on target with the monster. That, on the other hand, was not on target. Okay. But yeah. Looks like my boom stand is just slightly in shot, so we're going to move that. There you go. There you go. In fact, let's... I'm trying to get this boom stand under... No, I'm not going to adjust that too much. I just wanted to get the boom stand under the webcam shot there, because that's what I've been trying to do recently. I've been trying to make it so that the... you know, the boom stand bar is not going across me. If I can possibly manage that. Oh, whoops. We do have a paralysis here. I'm spending more time looking at my webcam than the game itself. But we are having a pretty good run here. There's nothing more satisfying than getting consistent hits off on the head of a Kushala Daora. Because, as I said, usually you have to deal with it swinging around and doing stupid crap like that. So, you know what, that's going to be fine. That'll do it for me. Whatever that setup is. Yeah, it's fine. That's what we'll deal with today. Yeah, my hair's a bit fluffy, isn't it? More than a bit. You should have seen it just after I blow-dried it. It was actually huge, you know. I was like, you know, from a hair metal band from the 80s or something. It was just gigantic. It was like... Had I jumped off a cliff with that hair, it probably would have caught the wind, and then I would have been able to glide down or something. But... yeah. That's basically my hair. And then I think I brushed it down or something. No, I mean, no, yeah, well I brushed it down, I think. So now it's slightly less gigantic, but... Hey, I think that was me who cut that tail. I did all the work. That was all me, baby. All me. No, oh, never mind, I thought that was an attack. Can we get a head flinch? You know, the weird thing about this monster is that his head and his neck are about the same size. Like, there's no... You don't go from the neck to the head and see a difference in width. It's sort of like a big noodle, in a weird way, like a big sausage head. But there are different hit zones for the neck and the head, so sometimes you think you're hitting the head, but you've actually just nicked the neck, and it's really kind of annoying. You can tell, because sometimes you get a really, really heavy hit that you know is going to do a head flinch, but you get no head flinch, and then you think about it and you go, well, that probably hit the neck instead of the head. Now, that's not necessarily what happened just then, but I was just reminded of it. I should have carved that tail. Maybe I'll go back and carve it once the monster's dead. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that is what's going to happen. Well, just wanted to... Oh. Well, that's fine, actually, because we'll kill him in this area over here, and then I'll drop down onto the tail from above. That would work very nicely, actually. Where is your head? There it is. I think I'm just out of range of it. Really annoying. I mean, that's a hard one. Getting in position for that. You really need to be careful of where the shadow is. That's your point of reference. He's not going to last much longer. This isn't the Legend of Zelda one, is it? It could, no, because that would be the event. What is this? This is the... It is! Wow. That's very well done, guys, because that's more health and damage on the part of the monster than normal. So that was a very quick hunt. That was a very quick hunt. The Legend of Zelda Courage is one of the best quests that you can do for large Elder Dragon gems. It is the ideal. You get a well, I think it's like this still. Yeah, I think it's like this in 4th gen, but you get a slightly better chance from Kushala Daora to get large Elder Dragon gems versus any other monster. And you also have the best quest reward chances from Legend of Zelda Courage. So this is the quest to do it. I think, although, no, I think the... I could be wrong about that. I think the event quest for Chameleos is also very good, but the event quest for Chameleos... Oh, sorry about that. I'm glad I've got a compressor going, because that wouldn't have ear-raped you too much. But, yeah, the issue with Chameleos and his event quest is that Chameleos with a shitload of damage output is not nice. Not good. It's not an enjoyable thing at all. Yes, I'm familiar with that word, Cavenator. For a second I thought I got one. But the thing is, it's a pretty good chance to get one. I'm happy to get hard horns though, or 1 hard horn in that case. 2 hard horns, hey, that's not bad at all. Now I think this one is for the, like this quest, in terms of the tickets, I think that's for the Breath of the Wild Zelda tunic, or Link tunic I should say. And yeah, it's not something I would ever want to wear. No way, Jose. Suppose I'm keeping my Mega Dash juice here. There we go. And I'm assuming it is now Nami's turn. I didn't see if that was Daniel posting there. I would assume, however, that it was. Yeah, that was a very efficient hunt that we just did there. Very efficient. And I would guarantee that one of the reasons why I was so fast was thanks to all the consistent hits we could get off on the head, or at the very least that I could get off, because that's heavy damage and it's very satisfying also, as I said before. But yeah. Later on today, it's going to be, you guys probably aren't going to see the 8-hour VOD for a while. I'm probably not going to do the full 8 hours, like upload the full 8 hours. I'll probably start it off maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours in, but just for the YouTube upload. But yeah, you're not going to see that for a while, because I finished at 6 PM my time with that stream yesterday, so that can't go onto YouTube until after that point. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a late upload, but sometimes I can have late uploads with the VODs, so it's normal. What is going on with this turns room? You guys aren't very organized. Let's try and get Exchanger anyway. Might as well spend this time. God, the chef's really fired up today. What have we got? Don't want insurance. Okay. Down to defense. The good thing about Exchanger is that you can immediately see it. It's that EX and then the length of the name. You can very clearly see whether or not you've got Exchanger. The only ones that spook me, as they say, are Explorer and Escape Artist. Sometimes they look like it at a glance, but no Exchanger at all today. Well, I'll wait to eat then. Well, I think Hypernaturala would be more fun to fight. I don't know who is going. I think it should be Nami's turn, but she is not really doing anything. Just standing at the box. The Hypernaturala is for a weapon for my cat. Well, rightio. Of lower priority, I would assume, but I'm not a huge fan of doing Hellblade again. Not that I don't enjoy the fight, more that I feel like we've done a lot of Hellblade recently. Maybe not too much, but we were doing a bit of Hellblade. Oh dear. No. No Prowler quests today. Again, I haven't even confirmed that. Like, I haven't looked into that at all. P2 pick. Well, Nami, that's not where you go. You know where to post your quest, don't go to the quest board for that. But yeah, I haven't even looked into that. I don't even know if I care enough, but I think if I could work out exactly what I need to get rare in the tundra, then I'll at least make a determination at that point, because if it's more than I'm willing to do with Prowlers, then I just won't do it at all, and I'll figure out a different status set in general. But, yeah. Why do we keep doing fucking Fatalis? You know how many Fatalis monsters I've had put on the board recently? It's getting annoying. It's really getting annoying. I'm sick of this monster. Anyway. I think one was put up and we didn't end up doing it, but still, I'm always seeing Fatalis make an appearance on the board. What is, well, the typical old set. I think this is the event, isn't it? I think so. I believe so. Well, I don't know, I'm sure I have a decent cat. I'm sure I have a cat that's just good enough. I don't think I'd be getting carried necessarily, but I definitely wouldn't really know what the hell I'm doing with it. I'd be running around with it. I mean, I vaguely remember how it works. I remember that when you die, you don't actually die. At least for several times. For several deaths, you don't actually die. Should I take Moxie or Insurance? Is this the event or is this not? Because I think End of a Dark History is the event quest. I don't know why these people keep posting Event Fatalis quests. I'm not sure what that is, or why these people are doing it, but they usually fail it. So, we've got Defender Low for Nami, we've got Cool Cat and Ryder. I guess Ryder could help, depending. But I think I'm going for Insurance here. I think that's the way to go. Insurance and Escape Artist seems like it. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Cycling food. Are they even going to let me do that? Do they even know what that is? Cycling food. If they don't want me... I mean, this might be foreign to them. You know, these people, a lot of these people, have never seen this shit before. But... yeah, I'm just gonna cycle food real quickly. Real quickly. Why would Ryder not be helpful to Nami? Even with aerial style. Why would that be? I haven't cycled food in ages. I can't believe it. The chef was fucking fired. This is the second time now. The chef has been fired up, and I don't get, like, the proper effects of the fired up food. Like, instead, the one skill that I want is not even given to me, and there's only two that I have to choose from. It's just ridiculous. I don't fucking understand it. Okay, let's try that again. Go here, I mean. I'm gonna check first and foremost to see if I can get it in the defense or attack up food. If not, then we'll go to elemental resistances. Insurance, here we go. Supplier and insurance. Are you Thank you. Well, the same thing happened again. That's 3 times now I've eaten with the chef fired up with that food, and I don't get like the, you know, arms thrown up in the air with the sort of health recovery effect. I don't know how that's kind of rare to have that happen 3 times in such a short space of time. Anyway, let's do this, says Daniel. Shut up. Let's do this has one meaning when you say it in the lobby. It means, I want to go now, let's go. It's literally, in fact, it just says, it really just means let's go. Forget let's do this. It's not like a comment of encouragement for the team. It's not encouragement, it's I want to depart now, let's hurry up. That's all it fucking means. And so, you know, at the end of the day, I don't particularly care how much you want to go right now, because we're going to go when I'm ready to go. So, deal with it. Now, if you people don't get to this Dragonator, because I think last time we did Fatalis, there was a guy who just, again, he was a reasonably high hunter rank and he just totally ignored the Dragonator, so I'm not sure what that is or why people do it. It's not complicated, like obviously you get the free Dragonator damage at the start. Look at this guy. Holy fucking gosh. Daniel, if you just opened your eyes. If he doesn't get over here, he's really got... Okay, he's getting over here. If he's not doing it, I will abandon. Okay. I've done it before. What is he doing? Is he for real? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm not doing that shit. I don't do it. I don't know how many of you have seen this before, where I just don't do it, but I'm not putting up with that sort of behavior. I don't play with idiots. Complete fucking idiots who don't know how to do a Fatalis hunt. Like, if you're just going to ignore the team like that, you can have fun on your fucking cannon. You actual shit stain. What a clown. Okay. Let's find another fucking room. Unbelievable. Imagine behaving like that. Oh, it's one of these rooms again that... Again, I believe this is an issue with the search function. See how the name is all messed up? It must be to do with the Chinese characters. I think the game gets confused by the Chinese characters. This is not the first time this has involved a Chinese player. You can see the HR doesn't exist, the name is messed up. You go in here and it's like, Trial by Cantor is 212 minutes in. It's a mess, this quest. Fatalis is kind of the big... He's the king of Elder Dragons, basically. He's the top of the food chain in the Elder Dragon world. He has always been a big deal in the series, and the only reason why he's in World is because Capcom couldn't keep their mouth shut about him, and showed him off for the 15th anniversary of Monster Hunter, which, by the way, no World player gave a shit about, because all the World players only cared about World. They didn't give a damn about the history of the Monster Hunter series, and they saw Fatalis being shown. They're like, we want to hunt Fatalis, and then in droves they're like demanding that Capcom bring Fatalis to World, and so that's what they did. That's the only reason why Fatalis is in World, so... yeah, annoys me, because I don't feel that World players deserved Fatalis, but they got him. I remember saying that. I mean, I'm probably on camera saying that in the past. Years before Fatalis would have come out, I think I would have said the following words. The last straw for me with Capcom would be them bringing Fatalis to World, because, I mean, that would just be the end for me. And the reason why, again, is because they just didn't deserve it. Because they didn't give a shit about the history of Monster Hunter, which is exactly what Fatalis represented. That's why he was included in the 15th anniversary of Monster Hunter. It's because his story is from the original game. And he's become less and less a part of the game as the series have gone on, so, or as the iterations have gone on. Why is this guy... I might just make a room. At this point, I'll just make a room. But yeah, I'm not gonna hunt with that guy in that Fatalis room if he's gonna ignore the Dragonator. I just don't do it. I gave him all the time in the world to finish whatever urge he had in that moment to attack the monster, to come over to the Dragonator. He didn't do it, so yeah, fuck that guy. I don't care. I don't care how he was in World. Couldn't give a damn how he was in World. I have zero interest. Literally zero interest. So, Yeah. Anyway. I like how, I mean, that's so funny. Daniel knew exactly what he was fucking doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Because we were in that quest. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but it actually shows that Daniel left the hub, which means that after Vernon and I abandoned that quest, before we could leave the room, he, you know, turned off his switch. He knew exactly what was going on. You know, he wasn't just cluelessly like, oh, why are they abandoning? He was like, oh, I know why they're abandoning. And if he knows why we're abandoning, then he knows what he was doing. He was ignoring us, so he can fucking live with it. Too fucking bad. That's life. You play with a team if you're hunting in a team, or you fuck off in solo. That's what you do. That's a very weird quest name. I'm sure we saw it before. But I just don't have time for it. That's one of my big pet peeves. You know, you go into a Fatalis hunt, and you totally ignore the free damage from the Dragonator at the start. It's just dumb. I would understand it if it really took time out of the hunt, but it doesn't. If all 4 people just stand by the Dragonator at the beginning, he will be Dragonated in less than 60 seconds. But people like to fuck around and run off in the distance, and then they have to be called over, and it's just... Oh, it is absolutely miserable shit sometimes. So... But if a person absolutely flatly refuses to come to the Dragonator, I will not hunt with that person. Usually I'm the one hosting the room, and what I'll do is I'll abandon, everyone will follow, I'll kick the guy who is misbehaving, and then I'll wait for a 4th, and then we go again. That's what when I play solo, that's usually what I do. With Fatalis runs, I just don't put up with that shit. I think it's childish and foolish. Nah. 3 people running blunt? Oh, I don't know. I feel like you usually run blunt with this monster, so I don't want to be using the same setup again. Well, okay, fine. 3 people doing it might be worthwhile. I've been forced to do it now that he sent it in the chat. Alright. All using the Acantor Godsword too. But yeah, I've definitely been using this weapon against this monster every time, because I think you want to have both of us running it every time. Again, looking for Exchanger. No dice. I'm a little hungry, actually. Not too unusual, but you know, if I'm saying I'm hungry, it means I'm sort of hungrier than normal. Play as a cat versus Fatalis. Oh, I've seen it. I've certainly seen it. There are people out there who run cat with Fatalis. I'm not sure what the question mark was for, Vernon. Anyway. The question mark is actually more confusing than whatever you were confused by. Yes, I'm sure you did, Potato. I'm sure you did. Oh, dear. Oh, you were... Oh, the question mark was supposed to be connected with what... Yeah, okay. Now... I need to make sure I go the right way. The reason why I was going the other way was because, you know, I didn't know what we were hunting. I mean, I always get into these areas not knowing immediately in mind what we're hunting, and then I'll run in some direction, you know, wherever is most likely going to be where the monster is. But, yeah, no, not that way. Not this time. I mean, I could have gotten there, but that would have required me to go through 2 areas rather than 1. Well, you have to set up your Palico system very specifically to actually deal decent damage with it. Yes, it's possible to deal decent damage with a Palico, or with a Prowler as it's called, but To me, it's just, I've talked about it before, but I just don't, I don't like it. I don't like the system. I think it's a bit silly, it's a bit gimmicky, and doesn't do anything for me, so. But I suppose I shouldn't deny other people the chance to do it just because I hate it, so. The basis of me not wanting people to use it is that a lot of people's setups just suck with it, you know. Some people have good setups, but I'd say the majority are just, it's sort of like having a hunting horn guy who's actually not really supporting anyone. You know, it's just someone doing less damage for the sake of it. It's because they want to play as a cat. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there willing to defend cats to the death. Managed to get a mount there. It's kind of rare that I get a mount with Moonbreaker. Rather rare. It is a mounting attack, it's just... The thing is, mounting attacks in general are less effective in this game. So... Doesn't often happen. Feels so good to have responsive buttons too, after playing so much Freedom 1. In that game, you're just fucking spamming the buttons, praying that your character actually does what you're trying to tell it to do. Really. It's just one of those things. That was actually a pretty good head opportunity there. Sometimes that head presents itself, but it doesn't really look like you're gonna get much of a chance to hit it, but that time, yeah, that was definitely a good opportunity. Ow. I just got launched into the poison by whoever did that. That was just delightful. I've been trying to avoid that poison the whole time. In this fight, always, it goes so close to that poison puddle, pool, whatever you want to call it. He can't, no, why is he already going there? I mean, that's not his weak area because he couldn't be weak yet. That's ridiculous, but still. It's kind of strange that he moved so quickly. Whether this is his weak area or not. Okay. You have got... What? Oh, we must be receiving attack up large from the horn. Oh, I see. Attack up large from the horn. Who did that? Wow. This hunting horn guy? I mean, certainly useful with the attack arm for the team. That's why this hunt was so fast. That's actually how that happened. Now, with our normal damage, no way. But getting attack up large with 3 blunt people, big deal. But he just had no interest in the wake up there. No interest whatsoever. This Numa guy. Just completely went in there and attacked the monster, not even hitting a weak point, just swings his weapon at it. He might have been desperately wanting to kill it, as opposed to capture it, but still, like... I was getting in position for a greatsword charge on the face, which probably would have been a killing hit. But no, he just swings at the monster randomly. Not that it's a big deal, it's just a bit of a faux pas. More than a bit of a faux pas. It's like a majorly dumb thing to do, we'll put it that way. Oh, you were going to Moonbreaker on the head? Well, what if it ended up being the first hit of Moonbreaker? That probably wouldn't have been great damage. I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested was he in the wake up? 1. About a 1. Also, hello Ethan. Zero. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, it's very rare that you see that. Like, a person of his rank, I mean, what is his rank? 859. an 859 guy turning up to a sleeping monster and just randomly swinging a hunting horn at a non-weak spot while it's asleep. Like, it's not normal behavior. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't know if it was a troll or what, but it was a good run though. Very good run. Because that was some heavy damage thanks to that attack up large from the horn. Well, pineapple on a pizza is something we don't talk about. Especially when people don't actually like pineapple to begin with, so therefore wouldn't like it on a pizza. I mean, that's true. Could have always gotten Ethan to play with us, but he's not able to tonight. But yeah, I'm not going to be going for too long anyway. Just going to try to get myself to Hunter rank 800 and then I'll finish up. Even if we were to do a low rank hunt next, I'd pretty much be able to rank up. Oh yeah, P3. Oh, it's already written. There you go. P3. I always miss things that are commented in this game, I don't know why. It's because there's no sound for it. It doesn't go boodong. Like, don't you fucking dare. What is going on in this game? 4 times. I think I've eaten maybe 5 times? 6 times? 4 times out of those, let's say 5 or 6 times I've eaten, I have eaten with the chef fired up, and I don't even get the health up effect. I mean, the worst thing about that is that I don't even know how to describe that, but you know what I mean when I say that. He throws his arms in the air, gets that sort of health recovery effect. He hasn't had that happen. He's just done this stupid wipe his mouth maneuver, and he only gets 1 skill, and it's never the one I want. How has that happened 4 fucking times? That's really weird. It doesn't happen all that often. Oh dear. I'm really annoyed, because this is only going to drag on the process of me getting to 800. Oh, this shit. Well, I say this shit because we literally just did this quest, but alright. Alright. As far as what I'll use this time, probably not Greatsword because I at least want to break up the monotony a little bit. I suppose Hammer if we're going to have paralysis going. Magnestar, whatever it is. Macnox. What the hell kind of word is Macnox? What should we call this one? Macnox. Sounds like a burger. Like a black burger or something. Because Nox relates to darkness or blackness, I think. In Latin or some crap. So I would guess, you know, and then I think Mac, like Big Mac, so, you know, could be one of those, you know how they got those buns for burgers that are black? You could call that a Macnox. Why not? Why the hell not? Makes sense to me. Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I should work for McDonald's or something in their advertising department. Oh, this is another Paramount set you've got here? With your cat. Well, here's hoping we get some results here. Numa is running poison. And we'll see what's happening over here. We'll see if we get as fast a hunt as last time. Can always hope. Yeah, they did serve a black bun burger in Australia. I don't know if it was at McDonald's. I think so. It comes and goes. Probably more often than I would know because I only walk into McDonald's like once every year. Usually for breakfast. But, yeah. Don't really have one nearby, so I just don't go there. What are you doing? Come on. Don't play this game with me. Fucking looks around. Now, I've had that happen before. You get this a lot with the older monsters, like the older Elder Dragons. I got this a lot also with Teostra in the old days. For some reason, when the head goes down after a roar, it's very hard to get a KO on the head. I don't know why. I've got no idea why. It confuses me, really. But... oh, come on. Oh, today's not my day. But seriously. There we go. It's a good knockdown there. This Numa guy, he's really going for that head flinch, but he needs to realise that he's got a hammer user here and he's going to get messed up, so... there's something about this Numa guy, he's not quite the full quid. He's not playing with a full deck of cards. He's one biscuit short of a biscuit tin. He's etc, etc. Point being, like, he doesn't play like a typical high rank person. I don't know. It's a bit weird to me. I'm trying to get that head. So far, effectiveness of Cat set versus Sword and Shield set is, well, not looking too good. Oh, whoops. I'm so used to the timing with the first and second gen spin that I quite messed that up. Lost most of my damage there. Oh, Juvenator stole them out in the end. Oh dear. In terms of calculating damage output, Beans, it's, I suppose, estimated at the end of the day. Oh, fuck me in my ass, man. I mean, Juvenator, you make me want to cry today as you do that. Like, that was... I mean, this whole setup is just absolutely predicated on mount paralysis, and then we get a failed mount. We just stood there, only to get nothing in return. But yeah, so you work out what the weak points are of the monster, and then you just have a general idea of whether you're doing good damage or not. You can't really calculate it by the number, like you could in a game where damage numbers are shown. Numa, I swear to, like, this guy is driving me insane. Like, I'm here with my hammer, ready to do a fucking triple pound, goes and flinches me, takes my KO. I mean, fuck off, dickhead. I'm not worried about the take my KO part, you know, it's not my KO, no one else's. That's not really my point. My point is that he knows that there's a hammer user and does not allow the head to be aimed at by the hammer user. He instead walks in and then smashes the hammer user away to hit the head himself. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily bad teamwork. I think he's just fucking stupid. That's what I think, personally. I think he's just a dopey person. Because that's what I've seen so far. He plays like a dope, and yeah, that's what we're dealing with today. So, that's Numa, that's basically what's happening, and whatever. So, it's not quite as bad as a guy walking up to the head of the monster with a longsword and messing up the guy with the hammer, but it's kind of close. There's definitely a lack of regard there for the hammer user that's kind of annoying. I'd like to try. I'm just gonna knock a hit in there. Stupid. And again, the effectiveness of this whole setup has been severely hampered on two fronts. First was the initial failed mount, and the second is the fact that this set is not looking anywhere near as effective as the Sword and Shield setup, so... oh my god. This whole hunt is pissing me off, and you know what's... the underlying frustration here is the fact that we're doing this hunt again. I don't like Kushala Daora, one of my least favourite Elder Dragons, and... this is... and then, just to put the cherry on the shit cake, Bob the Builder's got an angle grinder going out there, so... I mean, it really is quite a day today. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day of I want to kill everyone on the planet. Not literally, but you know, I'd love to get my frustrations out. At least I got the golf swing on the back there. Can you shut up, you fucking dickhead? You fucking dick of a human being. Anyway, there's no pattern to that man. If there was a pattern to him, I'd be able to work around it. I can't work around this guy. Because some days he goes out there with his angle grinder and then other days he doesn't. It's a fucking annoyance. Anyway. Let's say anyway a few more fucking times. But yeah, hopefully we can get this thing killed soon. The sooner I can have this monster dead, the sooner I can enjoy myself. But, no promises on that front. With Bob the Builder going off. See, that was interesting. Well, that was a head flinch rather than a KO, but again, that was an example of lag compensation. Well, by the looks of it, Prowler is sucking across the board, but I don't know. Not necessarily sucking on its own, but definitely by comparison. Alright. Looks like Bob's finally shut the fuck up, only to return moments later, no doubt. Calder. What a fucking cock. I get a moment of respite. The briefest of moments. Yeah, fuck off, Numa, you dick. Get away from that head. Or remain there and enjoy getting hit away from it. I can't stand people who don't vacate the head for hammer users. It's just inconsiderate behaviour. Just gonna do a spin here. Or not. There goes Numa. Yeah, get out. The problem is he... Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about him anymore. How did... Oh, shit. Juvenator takes them out again. And this time I'll try a spinning meteor if I can get to that head. That's an awkward place for the head. Oh, what was that? Just a random ass head flinch? I think that must have been the horns breaking. That's annoying. Wasn't able to get the actual damage out with my spinning meteor there because the final hit didn't go through. Just trying to get some damage out. Oh, damn it. Well, the thing is with hunting etiquette is that most of it really is just common sense. You know, if you've got a person on your team whose entire damage is based on one part of the monster, and you being at the same place as that monster can sometimes mess up that person, you stay the hell away from it. But this guy doesn't care. He plays how he wants. He's just one of those people who's all about themselves and their damage output, and they don't care about other people's experience. You get that sometimes. It's just inconsiderate people, it's what you get. It's like, you see them all the time. Like if you ever go out driving on the road, you will see inconsiderate people at every turn. People who care more about whatever they're doing on the road than anyone else. Same thing with hunting. Sometimes you'll find people who don't give a fuck. They just don't care. It's all about them and their hunt. Fuck that guy. So that hunt was well, it was not as good as the last one, but you know, at least he's limping. Prior to the 10-minute mark. But yeah, Kushala Daora is not one of those monsters that I enjoy using a hammer on. I haven't been using the, you know, hit the head as he turns around to face you, like the 180-degree turn kind of thing. Haven't been doing that so much, but... Oh, what's going on here? Paralysis? Yeah. Sadly, I was not really in position properly, because I ran out of stamina there. Alright, well he's dead. But yeah, 10 minutes. It's alright. Well yeah, I think Koshala's design's interesting, and his concept is interesting, but he is not a fun monster to hunt. He's never been fun, he's always been just a fairly nasty Elder Dragon. I hate Koshala and Teostra. I think they are both annoying hunts, always have been. Well, they became a little less annoying, I feel, in World, because they were designed to be less annoying. But, really, I just have never liked them. And I have to say, I don't like hammering this guy either. The reason why I did it was because I thought I would have a lot of opportunities. Wasn't too bad though. Smash him in his head. Get some sort of satisfaction. Yeah, well at least it's different I suppose, yeah. Keeps it at least sort of interesting. Alright. So, got another day or a gem, but no large Elder Dragon gem. I think I've got a few, and I think that... No, actually, large Elder Dragon gems can't be traded for with cosmic tickets, I don't think. I do not believe so. Which is a shame, but it makes sense. It's one of those things that they actually want you to hunt for. Because if you think about it, you could just avoid hunting Elder Dragons altogether, and then only hunt the bare minimum for a few materials here and there, and then just use cosmic tickets on the rare item. Because usually, when something requires a large Elder Dragon gem in this game, you don't really need much else. Oftentimes, it's maybe 2 materials from the monster, plus the large Elder Dragon gem, and then maybe one other little thing that's unrelated. So, that's often what you get, and sometimes even less than what I just said. So, the large Elder Dragon gem being tradable with the Veggie Elder for cosmic tickets, I think would be a little too easy. At this rate, Cave Eater, like, I'm not... Okay, after Numa posts his quest and we do his quest, I will kick him, okay? And then you can join. I wasn't going to remove Numa as much as I want to, because he's just an inconsiderate dick. As much as I'd like to remove him, I'm not going to have him do 2 quests only not to get a chance to do his, so... I'll let him do his quest and then... I'll, get rid of him. Which would be just a lovely thing. Don't say kick who, I've said his name twice. It doesn't matter who I'm kicking, my point is that you'll get a spot soon. Lance, sure. Glavenus Grand Nova. Hi, Zombie Virus. Saw you yesterday. We're just going to do this guy's quest. And then I'm going to remove him. Because he's an asshole anyway. And then you'll be able to join. Again looking for Exchanger if I can. Don't have a lot of confidence though. Am I really going to have to get Unlucky Cat for it? At this point, I think I'm willing. Watch me get Carvalho and Unlucky Cat. You watch. Could have fucking guessed. Could have guessed. I mean, today is my worst day I've ever had with food. Without a doubt. I mean, it is just awful. On every single level. Unbelievable, honestly. Is he weak to fire? Yes, he is. Suppose I'll answer yes in the chat. Fire is his primary weakness. Can't remember his secondary now. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go. Look, I would say, Steve, if you're going to use a gun to try to kill Nahabras, just go for the lowest level one that you can get. Just try to forge one that's rarity 1 low rank that does shoot poison, and then just use that. That can be the gun that you use. I mean, if you don't have a low rank gun already, then just try to forge one. So, yes, like your fire greatsword, Juvenator. Interesting greatsword though. That is kind of cool. Legendary Garo sword, yeah. I do wish though that the stats of the event weapons were better. It's something that Capcom's always struggled with. It is making the stats of the event weapons really worthwhile. Making the event weapons actually worthwhile to use. Oftentimes you just don't get that, and it's one of the reasons why I love the Toyohisa sword so much. It's because it's a design that I love, but it's also a very good weapon, so... yeah, something a little different from Capcom. An event weapon that doesn't suck dick. Killing Fatalis is always a bit of an achievement if you haven't done it many times before. It can be hard to get a reliable hunt with a group, as you saw before, because sometimes you get actual idiots who completely ignore sensible protocol. But aside from that, yeah, can be a little hard. Well, for that reason, can be a little hard, honestly. Thanks for the follow, Zombie Virus. Hitting that tail. Just going to try and go for the tail almost exclusively. Might hop back and hit him while I'm here now that I think about it. Immediately going against what I said I was going to do. Now the issue here I think is that, yeah, I can shield the attack itself, but I won't be able to shield the tremor. Unfortunately. So if, let's say for example I do a counter on the impact and then get hit by the tremor, I'm then open to a follow-up attack, and those tail slams usually come in groups of 2. So point is, don't counter them, or attempt to counter them. Oh dear, this is not a good spot, because here I think I'm instead hitting the body. The tail hit zone is only the bulb of the tail. If you're not hitting the bulb with the tail, then you're hitting the body hit zone, which is not that great of a hit zone. What I'm wondering is why... this isn't the hyper, is it? Why is he just posting a regular Durambros? Non-hyper, just normal Durambros. I mean, maybe he hasn't done the quest. I find that hard to believe, but... yeah, whatever. But unfortunately with Durambros, not unfortunately because it is a good thing in a sense, because it's a little different, but the head of the Durambros is not a weak point. The horns are an elemental weak point, to my understanding, but the head in general is not a physical weak point, so... it's kind of the reverse of what you'd expect. So the tail is actually the weak point, and then when you can, you hit the hump. The hump is really only good for bow and gun users, ranged users I should say. But bow is specifically good for arc shot, because of course arc shot will get shots right onto that hump all the time. But do be careful with what arc shot you use, because I think blast will still go through the body of the monster and end up hitting your teammates. I think we're doing fairly well in this hunt though. I don't think it's going to last much longer at all. Oh, see how that tail is just out of the area? Getting real bad luck with that tail at the moment. I'm not trying to break it, I don't care about whether or not I break it, I just want to deal good damage if I can. Damn it. Yeah, longsword users, unfortunately. Well, that was very nice of you to follow me. Remember us? I was thrown into the area, not wanting to be thrown in. Against my will, I suppose, is what I would say. But yeah, longsword users, they've only gotten worse over time, really. But I suppose the worst game, having said that, was Try for longsword users, because that was the game that encouraged spirit combo spamming. Not just encouraged, but that was just the way you played it. Because using the spirit combo would not actually deplete the charge bar for the longsword. So you could just do constant spirit combos in that game, and it was a nightmare online with longsword users. The idea being that if you had even one guy using a longsword, there would be a knock-on effect. Oh, there's a guy using a longsword, I'd better use one too. Or a switch axe, you know, longsword or switch axe were your two options if a guy was using a longsword, because if you didn't use a longsword as well, you would just get flinched to hell. Got some Gargwa shit. Gargwa guano. But yeah, that was how it was in Try, unfortunately. One longsword guy was enough to change the landscape of the hunt. And it was annoying, really. Light or heavy bowgun doesn't really matter. It's over to you. The damage is going to be negligible anyway. Just forge what you have. Forge what you can make, rather. Like, whatever materials you have that can be used to make a gun, just make that. If for whatever reason you can't make any light bow... I mean, look, I would say probably light bowgun, but it doesn't have to be. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be easier to use light bowgun, because you can quickly sling it on your back and pull it out much faster than you can a heavy bowgun. But you don't have to worry about the heavy bowgun dealing too much damage at that level, because usually heavy bowguns do deal more damage, but yeah. Just aim for light bowgun. If you can't make one at low rank level, just try for heavy bowgun. Both will work just fine. I've been in a lobby where I've given people 4 turns, like a single person 4 turns. Alright, so Numa can get the hell out, and then you can join Cavenir. If he has a problem with being kicked, then he can go and complain to the wall, because I could have just as easily kicked him before he even did his quest, so... My conscience is clean. Talk to the hand, as they say. Looks like fire is going to be... Oh no, thunder. I'll go with thunder for this quest. I don't know how thunder is on Congalala. It's probably pretty good. I don't have my reference, so I can't check, but I would imagine Congalala is probably a star banner. Come on, guys. Cavenetta, are you ready to join this room? Let me know when you're ready to join, and then I will kick star banner for you. Anyway, I just wanted to check out of interest to see what the weakness of Congalala is to fire. Where's the Conga armor? I think I just went past it. Yeah, must have gone past it. That's annoying. Where is it? I can't find it. Well, you can't find it because it's currently full. That's why you can't find it. Can't you join off Juvenator? Just, if you can join off Juvenator, let me know, and then I will kick someone, and then you can come in at that time. It's not something you should have to find. Join now? Yeah, join now. Starband are left on their own, fortunately. Oh, that was nice of you to actually tell him. That saves me from having to kick him. Takes a lot of effort for me to type. Just join off. There you go. God. Okay, so I don't know why I'm still looking. You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm using a thunder weapon. Thank you. I'll use lance again. What is my thunder lance? Can I remember? It is the thunder lance. Wherever that may be. There it is. The lance that I use in 3 games, actually. Well, I don't use it in Freedom 1 yet, because I don't have it yet, but I'm going to be making it when I can bring myself to fight Kid in that game. I've fought him a few times, but not enough to make weapons, really. Although I did make one of his sword and shields, but... Anyway. What am I doing? Did I check this? I think I might have. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. Again, looking for exchange. There it is. Thank you, that's the effect that I want, and I got all 3, thank you. First time, I think that must be the 4th time Exchanger has appeared to me, and that was the first time I managed to get it, so, what the fuck. Okay, so, I think we are good to go. Is below average reload bad? For status, yeah, probably for poison level 1 that would still be kind of slow. It's not a big deal, but you can still use that. I mean, keep in mind you don't really need to be super... If you're just killing Nahabra, like, we're talking a bowgun strictly for killing Nahabra without destroying their bodies, you don't need to be super optimized for that in terms of reload speed. Obviously, you go with what you can. You get the best sort of setup you can, but if that's all you can make, then that's alright. Below average reload gets worse depending on what you're shooting. If you were shooting something like normal 2, even normal 3, not as big of a deal, but if you're shooting, I think, standard shots, pierce 3, almost any pierce shot, like level 2 or level 3, below average reload's pretty bad, so... For a lot of people, even average reload's not that good. Just making sure that I'm shielding that. Yeah, there's something about the Thunder Lances. There aren't many good ones, because there's a reason why I'm always using the Kirin one. Now, the thing with Kirin is that it's very much focused on element, and that's not something that I do. I mean, as much as I love element, I try to have a balance to my weapons. I try to have, you know, good raw damage as well as good element, but Kirin is definitely focused on element rather than raw damage. It's not as balanced, that is to say. But I, in spite of that, often make this weapon, and the reason why is because I'm just not really happy with the choices. This just ends up being the one that feels best. To me, personally. So, yeah. Oh, I think I just got pushed off target then. Oh no, managed to get that all off, that was good. Not on the head, unfortunately, but... As you can see, Hyper Congalala hits like an absolute truck. Rather nasty monster. Regular Congalala is a bit of a joke, but Hyper is no fun. No fun whatsoever. There you go. Shielding this here. And the Tremor. Bash his face again. We're getting pretty close to a knockout, I think. See if we can get it during the paralysis. I think we can. I mean, maybe we can't. No, I don't think we will. Here's another corkscrew jab. Corkscrew jab. Just to enunciate properly. Wasn't too sure what the frontal effect of that farting would be. I've been hitting him pretty consistently. What is he doing? Oh, that's a... I think maybe it's only with Emerald Congalala. When he holds his stomach, like, he has a stomach growl that actually creates a flinching sound. Like, it's a loud stomach growling sound that works as a flinch roar. It's really funny. But I think it's only with Emerald Congalala. Hello, Professor Hoovian. Haven't seen you in a long-ass time. Hello. I'm going to have to make some changes to my room lighting because I'm getting a bit of natural light outside, which I did not have when I started this recording. But it's probably not too bad right now. Hopefully not, anyway. What are we getting pinged for? A trap or something? Yeah. It's not the best timing I've ever seen on a pitfall trap, but... Anyway. Oh, Congalala is honestly gross. I hate that monster. Or this monster, I should say. I would not consider myself a fan. I don't like any of the monkey monsters. I really don't. Suppose you could say apes. I don't like any of the apes. Okay. Cavenator's bombing, apparently. I think that's a, yeah, that's a dead Congalala, seeing as though they're no longer in combat with it. Oh no. What's going on? Has that always been the case that... What happened there? There was a period of time where the eye effect was not there. Was he asleep? He must have fallen asleep or something? I don't know, whatever. I think that's what was happening. Then he must have fallen asleep and then they did a wake-up bombing. What the fuck is going on over here? I think he's dead, guys. I don't know. I'm just gonna... Yep. Thank you, Bob. The angle grinding wasn't good enough. He's... Actually, no, what he's doing is he's switching it up. He's like, okay, no more angle grinding. I'll actually do some hammering for your audience today, Doomlink. What a dick. What a dick. And thank you, Zombie. I also like the design of this lance. If there's one real good thing about it, it is the design. But, I mean, the stats aren't too bad. It's just, you know, 270. No, it's not that great. I mean, lots of sharpness, but only in the white. You know, it's just not my kind of weapon. I don't know if you guys pay much attention to the weapons that I choose, but this is not the kind of weapon that I use. It's not. It's definitely not the kind of thing that I use, but at least the design's great, and I'm sure it's fairly functional. Which Monster Hunter game did I start on? I started in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite when it was new. I was going to get Freedom 2, but Freedom Unite was on the horizon, so I just got that instead. So that was a very interesting game to start on. Oh, I see. Well, I don't even know what we're hunting, to be completely honest with you. And just when I was talking about the hammering, again, he's alternating. He's got the angle grinder out again. I mean, I think that's an angle grinder. It sounds about right. But, you know, I wish there was some way to... Well, I suppose there's one way to block his sound. It's by stopping it at the source. But I don't think I'll be doing that. But, yeah, I don't think there's a way for me to block the sound any further. I mean, I have to stress that, again, I've got a very... I can block out a lot of background noise, but... it's just fucking loud. It's really fucking loud. Might have to do a recording in my bathroom or something. Imagine that. I suppose that'd be the closest thing to the hot tub stream now, wouldn't it? Certainly would be. It's not shockingly loud in the microphone, it's just, you know, it's that sort of background. It's like, it's sort of the tone of it as well. It's very annoying. Bob with the mix-ups. Started with Monster Hunter 1 on the PS2. Well, it's only been in the last 3 years that I've finally brought myself to play first generation Monster Hunter because I tried it prior to that point, of course, but I just didn't want to go further into it. But beginning with 3 years ago, I committed to actually put time into a character. And as of, I think it was around last year, I finally got to a point in Freedom 1 where I really felt that I was building a good character, and I'm still doing that to this day, and I plan to move on to Monster Hunter G once I'm done with that. I won't be done with it, but what I mean to say is that, you know, once I've reached a point where I feel comfortable moving on to Monster Hunter G, I will do so. But yeah. First generation Monster Hunter is one of those things that you definitely will appreciate more if that's where you started. Starting in second generation, then going backwards to first gen was not easy, because there are a lot of things you take for granted in second gen that you just don't have in first. Like, you know, more than 3 fucking pages in your box space for a G rank game. But overall, first generation is something that I've become more accustomed to now, a little more comfortable with. I do still feel as if I'm being kind of raped every time I play it, because it really is not designed for the faint of heart, but I feel better with it now than I was before, and definitely when you get into the end game, there's a little bit less room for punishment. It's when you're really starting out, you don't have too much equipment, you don't have too many materials either, you're just sort of scrounging by, eking out a living, so to speak, in the game. That's when you really start to get terribly punished by Monster Hunter in the first generation, but yeah. Well, janky would be an understatement. I would argue that all Monster Hunter games are clunky. Well, traditionally, all Monster Hunter games are clunky. Not clunky, sorry, rigid. I would argue that they're all rigid, but the only one that's actually clunky would be first generation Monster Hunter. I just hate the word clunky being used, or janky, because it's not really clunky or janky. I feel that it is stylistic rigidity. That's what I find it to be. But in the case of first generation Monster Hunter, no, that is pure jank. That is just absolute rough around the edges. You know, it plays like a beta release version of second gen Monster Hunter. It's just, it is almost not fit for full game release. And there were 3 releases of that caliber in the series. Did he go to 5 or 7? I think he went to 7. We're gonna find out. Oh, he did go to 7. Oh, well, shit! In the process of trying to fucking turn around. Oh, how stupid is that? In the process of... Shut up! You fucking ballsack! Unbelievable. Shut up! I can't believe it. How much do you want to do that? Yeah. There's always something with you, you fucking cockbag. Alright. Still a corkscrew jab, but yeah, as I said, in the process of trying to go into... or turn back from Area 7, I actually walked into it, and then I didn't want to climb up the vines, and so I just gave up. And what the hell? Thinking, what is going on? I'm so distracted by that crap outside that I didn't realise that I was sitting at a fairly terrible sharpness level. Bloody hell. You can hear the sounds? Well, if you couldn't, I'd be concerned. Because it must be bloody loud. Well, I wouldn't be concerned, I'd be happy if you couldn't hear it, but... more concerned for your ability to hear, because I know that it's bloody loud. It's not like as loud as my voice, but it's loud enough. You know, I suppose the solution is not to draw attention to it, but if it's annoying me so much, it's kind of hard to get around. But as you guys know, it only happens every now and again that this guy wants to ruin what I do. Like, actually ruin it. He's such an asshole, honestly. I just hate the guy. I mean, if he was a nice guy, I wouldn't mind, but he's an actual cock. He's just an inconsiderate... just... ugh, every word under the sun to describe that man. He's not even, like, a bad person, he's just dumb. Have you ever had a situation where you've got someone who's so dumb that it comes across as, like, malicious? He's not malicious, he's actually dangerously dumb and just doesn't get it, and, you know, all that sort of thing. So, sort of bottom of the rung on the ladder, and mentally. So, it is what it is. I suppose one solution would be to make the game a little louder. That might actually help a little bit. I'll do that. Now that's going to be fairly loud. Like, fairly loud, the game itself, but I feel like that's necessary at this point. You guys really want to capture, don't you? Don't know why, but sure. If that speeds it up in some way, then fair enough. He's a wanker? Yes. Quite a wanker. That would be the word. I'm actually looking, and the sound of that power tool is almost as loud as the game. Oh my god. It is what it is. Can you get in that fucking trap? I mean, seriously, we would have been able to kill him in this time, you know. We really would have been able to kill him in this time, but here we are trying to capture instead. Oh my god. Look at him. You couldn't be any closer to that fucking trap than he just was. He's dancing on it. He is absolutely dancing on that trap. So, there you go. At this rate, I'd put myself on... For a second, I thought he wasn't capturable, because that looked like 3 tranks and he wasn't immediately captured. I nearly shat. Nearly shat. This is not really the ideal game volume, Steve. At least, well, not for me. For me, it is just a little too loud. I like it to be audible, but not overpowering my voice. I feel like that game volume is just a bit too much. So, what is our next monster? That's right, I'm playing a game where I can actually see. It is Mizutsune, so I guess... Where does Mizutsune start? Mizutsune on this map, honestly, it could be Area 4. Either Area 3 or Area 4. Oh, that's right, it is Area 10. That's true. I do know that it's Area 10. So... Because for a second I was wondering if I have even fought Mizutsune in this area, and then I remembered, yes, there is actually a quest where you normally find Mizutsune in the 2nd gen jungle. What's it called in this game, actually? I never know the names that they use. It is literally just called the jungle in this game. Which is funny because they changed the name of the snowy mountains to... You know, the forest and hills became the verdant hills, and the snowy mountains became the Arctic Ridge, I think. Is that right? Yeah, the Arctic Ridge. But the jungle became the jungle. In other words, it didn't change at all. So, there you go. Just gonna try and hold out with Bob. Try and just keep on trucking, you know. Because he doesn't always go for the whole day. But if he goes for the whole day, then it's probably not gonna be all that good. And drop it back down for now. Alright. So I'll try to get in position for a corkscrew jab. I think I'll go for those claws again, because I am using a weapon that absolutely capitalizes on elemental damage, so I definitely need to be hitting the elemental weak point. This has been a long fucking hunt, by the way. Unsurprisingly, this is 3 hyper monsters in one hunt in the field, so yeah, not really surprised at all. Oh, that was nasty. Getting a few issues with this monster here in terms of lag. Oh, now here's the thing. Can I get hits off on the actual arm here, or am I getting them on the body? I'm getting some of them on the arm and some of them on the body, I think. Damn, now I'm bouncing off this bloody arm. Well, that's alright. This weapon's probably... Okay, let's just hit this face, seeing as though we've got this opportunity. Not going to be sharpening during this, that would be ridiculous. As you can see, and this is what I was about to say, is once you drop down from white to blue with this weapon, you want to start sharpening up, because you can see you've got a lot of white, but not much of anything else. Particularly not much blue. And we don't really want to be at green sharpness without bludgeoners, so definitely sharpening up after dropping from... Oh god. Instant transmission on the part of Mizutsune. I know I'm dealing some lovely damage on those claws. I know that quite well. Actually, I'll try to corkscrew jab it. Come on, baby. I think most of that was on that bottom claw, which would be the ideal. That would be what I was trying to do. Oh, beautiful. Just lovely. I think those are separate claw breaks too. It's looking like it. Yes, it is. I'll shield assault you here. Even then, no flinch. That's no fun. This was a much faster hunt though. The fastest so far, I think. Isn't that weird that we... Actually, it's not too weird because I'm elementally appropriate for this hunt, but I don't think I was for Congalala. I was going to say that this was faster than Congalala, but... Yeah, that Congalala hunt was causing troubles, I feel. Oh god, didn't even see what you were doing. Innocently spawned into the area and you're outside my field of vision. Can you fucking stop doing this? I don't need this in my life, thank you. Hey, get that claw, that last one. Well, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not really looking for drops here, but... I would have liked to have broken everything, so I don't think we broke the face. Yeah, I guess all we did was break one claw and cut the tail, so... Unless there's a back break that we got, but I don't know if there is a back break. I think there might be. Distilled bubble foam. Well, that was not too terrible a hunt. Not too terrible. A bit lengthy, though. But for some people, that's the ideal, you know. Some people don't like going into G-Rank with G-Rank teams and then killing every monster in 6 to 7 minutes. I don't mind it. I feel like provided you're going over 5 minutes, it's still a hunt. It's still something to enjoy. So... yeah, I mean, that's the reason why you get people at the higher hunter ranks really looking for more challenging hunts. For example, when this game had more of a community, prior to the release of Rise, if you were to post an EX room, you wouldn't have to do it in a turns room or have something like EX turns or anything like that. You could have the exact monster you want to hunt at EX level, make a room for it, and you would always get people of over Hunter Rank 700 joining the room in a pretty short space of time, and the reason why is because those people want a lengthy hunt. They want more of a challenge. Whereas me, I don't really care. Like, if I didn't enjoy hunting the monsters in a short length of time, like, you know, 6-7 minutes at G-Rank level, I don't think I'd enjoy the game enough to get to the end game, or to get this far through the end game, that is to say. I think just the process of hunting the monsters and getting a successful hunt is the sort of satisfaction that does the job for me in Monster Hunter. There is a sort of satisfaction that you get out of getting a successful hunt. You know, you kill that monster and there go the endorphins, you know. But the idea is that provided you at least have some of a hunt. If it's dead in 2 minutes, it can be a bit, there's not much going on there, but... yeah, that was good fun. Thanks for hunting, Vernon. So... who did that quest? So I guess it's Juvenator's turn, yeah. Because I think that was... Vernon posted that, didn't he? I think so. I don't know, whoever's turn it is can have a turn, doesn't matter. I'm sorry to hear that, Zombie Virus. In fact, what we can do is possibly... if anyone else would like to play right now, you can join. Because we have a free slot open, and provided you're in G rank, that is to say. If you're in G rank, then you're welcome to join. Well, make your way in, zombie. I'm going to just, if you're trying to find the room, it's just called G rank. Just find the room that says G rank with. Oh, hold on. Are you over Hunter rank 13? I will remove this person if you're over Hunter rank 13, because this room has a limit of HR, or a minimum rather, of HR 13. So, hello, says the guy. Over HR 13, okay. Sorry. Kicking for a friend. I hate having to type this shit. Can I fit this in? Kicking for friend? Yes, I can. Sorry, kicking for friend. Now, it might not be necessary to kick the person, but if they don't speak English, then I'm not going to sit there and wait for the person to try and work out what I'm saying. So, make your way in if you can. The room is just called G rank, hosted by Lord Zor, and yeah, sacrifice. There you go. I can imagine that would be you. I can't imagine that taking too much time, Cavenator. Alright, so Hyper-Rathian. What will I use for you? How about Gunlance? No, let's use Switch Axe. Haven't been using Switch Axe all that much. Again, I just don't even think to do it. I can use this Switch Axe. When was the last time you guys saw me use this damn thing? Long time ago, I would say. This is the Switch Axe that I used to kill my first White Fatalis in this game. In fact, what was my first G-rank set in general? What was that? I think it was, yeah, it was full Rathalos. I made full Rathalos in G-rank, and then for White Fatalis, I was only around Hunter rank 70 something. In other words, or rather, and the reason why that's relevant is because you don't get White Fatalis on your own, like as something you can accept as a quest until you reach Hunter rank 100. It's at Hunter rank 100 when you actually get that. So I had to rely on other people hosting the quest, and what I did was I equipped this Switch Axe for that, and the reason why is because, well, one, it's dragon damage, and second of all, with the Switch Axe sword mode, you don't have to worry about the armored mode of White Fatalis. So, you either have Mind's Eye or a weapon that ignores bouncing when you're going up against White Fatalis using a Blade Master weapon. The same is the case for Crimson, of course. And the White Fatalis set was my first endgame G-rank set, and I used that to make all my other armor sets, basically. That was the way I approached it. So I'm at 798. Again, I'm going to be live for as long as it takes for me to get to Hunter rank 800. And I might actually get to Hunter rank 801, just to ensure that I'm well and truly in the 800s. Or to feel like I am. Now, Rarity X armor is not by default G-rank armor. It can be G-rank, and it can be high rank. It can never be low rank, I don't believe. The reason why is because rank X armor just means that it's armor made from a deviant monster, and it has its own rarity because it upgrades differently to other armor. You need to, for every single individual upgrade, use a ticket from the deviant monster in question plus materials. It doesn't upgrade through armor spheres. like a normal armor piece would. Of course, all monsters that are deviant monsters in this game will eventually have their armor upgrade into G rank level, because they themselves become G rank over time, but of course you do have other deviant monsters that are automatically G rank. In other words, deviant monsters that are only in this game, not from Generations, the game that preceded it. And, yeah, it's all Rarity X, so it's not necessarily G rank, but it can be, and oftentimes is. Well, that's a good question as well. N10. Does he mean X armor as in like... So, if he's talking about X armor in general, not Rarity X, X is your... X denotes G rank level. So you've got the standard, which is X, and then the subspecies is usually marked with Z. Oh, right, okay, so it wasn't Rarity X then. So, yeah. For high rank, it's S and U. And for G rank, it's X and Z. The second of each being usually reserved for subspecies. But because there aren't really subspecies in this game, you don't see U and Z in this game, really. They probably do appear at some point, but generally no, you don't see it in this game. And then of course you've got additional series. You've got XR, you've got GX, they unlock separately. But XR and GX are indeed G rank level. The equivalents for that would be R series, I think. So rather than XR, it's just R series in high rank. And then maybe it's G series or something in high rank instead of GX. The idea being that X is added to R series and G series because the X denotes G rank, which is really confusing, but X series and Z series are specifically G rank. Standard G rank loadouts. It's a little confusing, but yeah. It's been that way since Freedom Unite, at least regarding the G rank thing. Prior to Freedom Unite, even in the G rank games, it was S and U for G rank rather than for high rank. And the reason why was because low rank and high rank actually gave you the same materials from the monster. So therefore, when you would actually get the next rank up materials for G rank monsters, it would, to your eyes, perhaps look like high rank, but actually it was treated as G rank back then. So, you know, you would get scale plus instead of scale. And you'd make S series armor instead of just, you know, no series, regular standard. So, yeah, that's how it used to be with G rank in 1st gen. Well, I'm sure the explanation was probably a little confusing, but maybe some can make sense of it if they wouldn't know otherwise. What do you mean by 8k channel points? Well, what are channel points? Different as sub points, no doubt. Don't know. Also, hello Exia. What? I would have dived that, but I didn't need to because the tail was cut. I do have Demon Riot, and maybe I should just use it. Let's use it. I have Demon Riot. Wait. No, I had Demon Riot 3, didn't I? I've always had that. I think it was... Didn't I do a quest expecting to get a hunter out, and then I didn't get it? Maybe because I had to talk to the guy who gives them out? I don't know. Still haven't worked that out, unfortunately. Channel points let you do that. Let's see. I know nothing about channel points. I'm quite ignorant of the way Twitch works. Because I haven't watched people on Twitch in so long, so I don't know how it all works, but whatever. Oh, I see. So you're saying you have almost 8,000 channel points. It's not like just something to do with the channel itself. Like, it's more like you and how you interact with the channel. Rightio. There is no specific food that will give you feline carver high. There aren't really fixed food skills in this game, but you can generally find it. I mean, if you just look around enough, you'll find it. It's not always guaranteed, but it is something that commonly appears. There are certain types of food that will have certain types of skills regularly, like for example, you can usually find insurance in the elemental resistances, at least referring to the highest level food. I don't know how it is for lower level food, but for the highest level food, that's how it is. And I'm sure there are other skills that commonly appear. Like for example, Defender High would be an example of a fixed skill, I guess. Fixed in the sense that you can always find it in one particular area. I don't know, the food system's a little weird in this game. But it's fairly easy for beginners, I think. Maybe it's actually more confusing for beginners because it's not... It doesn't seem to make all that much sense, but... yeah. Might trans-slash you when you get down. Hoping for a flinch, because otherwise, yeah, if I don't get a flinch, I'm not going to be able to get the full thing out. Sadly. Oh, that was dumb. Of course, me rolling into her attack, because I wasn't actually the target there. Come on. Don't think she's going to last for too much longer. I'm hoping not anyway. I feel like we've been beating on her pretty hard. Reasonably hard at least. Just going to wait for her to get her head down. And that works too. Pushes me away from the head just a little bit. And into the shit fight. In the middle of the monster. Yeah, I would say that that probably fucked me up a little bit, now that I think about it. Alright. So channel points can be used for interaction with the chat in some way. Well, I don't think I'll be doing weird stuff like that. My streams will be very much standard, old style. Just me playing the game and you're watching it. I'm not going to be doing weird shit like, oh, play the game with your eyes closed for fun, ho ho. Sorry if that makes me an old fogey, but yeah, that's the way things are around here, I regret to say. Tonight I'm watching anime porn, says Juvenator. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for letting us know. In fact, had I not been told, my day wouldn't have been complete. So, no fuck off Bob reward. Well, again, I don't really know what would work for that. Does anyone have a good wake up? Yeah, Cavenator has a good wake up. He's got the great sword. Do a wake up charge on the head, Cavenator. There you go. There you go. That's the way wake-ups work. And that's why you do them. It's just quick and clean and easy. Unlike that hunting horn wonder boy from a few months ago. Ugh. So, that was Juvenator's turn, so Cavenator's next, followed by Zombie, and then descending from there. I'll get an egg as well. Yeah. We're the egg thieves. I wonder how many eggs she's got sitting in there. Quite a lot, clearly. Then we all drop our eggs. Yeah, you know, the thing is, and you know, crazy channel point stuff or a lot of shit on the screen, stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. I mean, if you, it's never gonna change from what it is right now. So, I mean, what you're seeing right now is basically how streams were 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. So, you can get a bit of a retro flavor, and then you can also realize why things were better in the old days. But anyway. It's just me in the game, thank you very much. Hey Blue Barn. Good to see you. Exchanger again. Oh, well, I'll get it if I need to, but it's got unlucky cat. Wait, was it here? Yeah, it was here. So, going to the defense food. And hopefully I can find it elsewhere, but I will take the unlucky cat if I must. If I must. Looks like I must. Oh! Or jinxed cat. What's worse, unlucky cat or jinxed cat? Jinxed cat is with crap like confusion and, oh, yeah, maybe I'd rather unlucky cat, honestly. And I'll also take the defense skills. Actually, no, it's attack, so I'll take the attack skills. Now, yes, Chef is fired up. Give me Exchanger. Don't give me Carver High and Unlucky Cat or I'll be pissed. Come on. Very good, that's what I like to see. I'm pretty sure that you are guaranteed to get Unlucky Cat if you eat for food that has Unlucky Cat. Bloodbath G5. Just a relaxed day out with 2 G5 level Bloodbath Diablos monsters in the Ingle Isle. Which means I'm going to have to bring smoke bombs, probably. But I don't know the timing. I don't know if it's 5 minutes or what. But, yeah. Where do you get Hyper Hardhorns? From any... I think one example would be Hyper Diablos. I'd recommend checking online at the Kiraniko website. Because all that information should be there. Your best bet, however, would be to get Ping's Dex. P-I-N-G apostrophe S Dex. And you can get it for 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, Generations Ultimate, and possibly another game, I don't know. But it is the best reference that you can possibly have for a Monster Hunter game. It is just lovely. You need to download .NET framework, I think it's 3.5 or something like that, but it's a quick, easy download, don't have to restart your computer or anything like that. And then you just download the file. It's I think it's an executable file. Is it a zip file or an executable? I think you download it as a zip file and then you can just extract all that into a folder. And then launch the application and you've got yourself one of the best references for a Monster Hunter game you can possibly have. So, it's very good. Now, what would I like to use? I wouldn't like to use anything. In other words, I'd rather not do the hunt, but I just don't have much faith that we're going to succeed, but we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. Yeah, maybe, well, I don't... It would be very strange for Hyper Seregios to give it, because he doesn't really have horns. I feel like a Hyper Hardhorn would be from a horned monster. So, again, first thing that comes to mind for me would be Diablos, because he has pretty big horns, and has a Hardhorn drop automatically. But, I mean, I could always get my own Ping's Dex up and have a look myself. Wherever that may be. Here it is. That's the 3G decks, though. I want double cross. If you're confused by the fact that it says 3G, 4G, double cross, it's because those are the Japanese names of the game. Okay. Item, Hyper Hardhorn. Actually, just going to scroll through the list of Hyper stuff. If I can find it. Hyper... Oh, it's not in one long list, shit. Like, you don't have a section to the list that is just for Hyper stuff, it's sort of mixed into all the other stuff. Ugh. Hardhorn. Here we go. Hyper Hardhorn is dropped from... Oh god, they don't actually give you a list of monsters, they give you a list of quests. So, Rajang is an example. Don't know what Backwater Battle is. If these rocks could talk. Appeal from Authority. Oh, Barioth also drops it. So Zenoga, Barioth, Rajang, most likely Diablos. Yeah. Not sure if Seregios is in there or not. Yes, indeed, Henten. Seems that the horn also applies to fanged monsters. Okay, so I got Unlucky Cat for this hunt, which is ridiculous. This is just dumb. I mean, this is the sort of hunt where I would really want either Moxie or Insurance. Ideally both. But, oh, looks like Havenator got Insurance. Nice work. So, you know what? I feel better about that now. I've got Exchanger, but I don't think I'm going to get any use out of it. I just don't have much faith in our ability to complete this hunt, but we can try anyway. At least you can see why I don't have any faith. What was I going to bring? Smoke bombs. Cavenator screams into the chat, "Help, I'm being raped." Not yet, you will be. This guy... I mean, this guy really is like a real... He's a real, Joker, I guess we'll say. He's unique. I'll just patiently wait for you to get yourselves organised. In the meantime, I'll find my smoke bombs. But yeah, it'll be timed. We're not going to kill the first one in the time that it takes the next one to spawn. So, I'm going to have to keep an eye on the timer. I'm just going to have to wait for 5 minutes to pass, and then... Here's hoping that's going to be correct. I mean, here's hoping it's not 3 minutes or something. I don't think it would be 3. 5 is probably the safe number to go for, so... Yeah. Just aim for Insurance again, please. You're only finding Vespoids? Try for the Deserted Island, D Island. Vespoids appear in... well... Not that this will help, but Vespoids appear in the old maps, the ones from 2nd gen. The 3rd gen maps, and I think the only 3rd gen map in the game is Deserted Island, so I suppose you'd have to go to the Deserted Island. Is the Flooded Forest in this game? I don't think it is it? So yeah, that's... I think the Deserted Island is the place you have to go for that. Basically, Nahabra are the 3rd gen form of Vespoid, so they appear in the 3rd gen locations. Oh, Misty Peaks is in the game, that's true, so... But I don't know if there are many Nahabra in the Misty Peaks. I think Deserted Island's your best bet. Area 8. And also Area 7, there should be one. But I think Area 8 is probably the way to go. And it might... You know, there might be more or less depending on... which quest you choose, but... Anyway. If you want Carapace, then just go for high rank and see what you can do. I have to warn you that getting the Harbour stuff is just generally annoying. Hey, you got Insurance, very good. That's what I like to see. So, take 2 on departing for the quest. I'm not looking forward to unlucky cat procking. Just make sure none of you jump into the area until I shoot you with Demon Affinity. I will do that first. I'll wait until you've gone to the box. Once everyone's gone to the box. Oh no, my controller has decided to disconnect right in this moment. Great. You know what? Better it happen now than during the hunt. That's what I have to say to that. Alright. There you go. Now, you are free to go, if you wish. What's in the box? Oh, someone doesn't have much confidence, because they decided that they needed 2 stacks of potions there. None for little old Doomlink. Let's go and cool drink. You guys can jump in, I've already shot you. Actually, no, forget the ration. But I will have to keep track of the time to smoke bomb the arrival of the second one. Hoping that I'm correct about it being 5 minutes. So, just need to find the time, the quest time, where is it? Quest info. There we go. Oh, sorry, zombie, I didn't need your only stack, I'll be alright. With a loadout like this, I'm not going to be getting hit all that often. So, it's alright. It's just a weird thing to do, to take 2 stacks. It's not really it's not really a good team strategy. Hey guys, you wouldn't mind if I just took 2 stacks, would you? I'm running adept, aren't I? Yeah. Which is the way things have to be, really. Well, that's right, yeah. I mean, you take... If there are 4 people, then you just don't take more than 1 stack. It's not the way you do these things. Alright, who took 2? Speak up. Well, I have a guess. I have a guess. Get some flash bombs going here. Just keeping an eye on the time just so that if I repeatedly check the time, it's not that I think we're close to 5 minutes. I check just so that it's on the mind, so that I'm not going to forget to check the time when it's closer. And it's possible it won't even be 5 minutes, so I'll just hope. I'll pray. Actually gotten a bit colder in my room all of a sudden. No, 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 no. Thank God for this. See, this is exactly why I'm doing Adept. This is the way to do these things. Got the tail there. Not too bad. It doesn't really help though, because you can see the reach of the tail does not decrease. Oh shit. No, 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 no. That was terrible. I should have scoped out before checking quest info. Oh, whoops. So we've got a bit over a minute left. Whoop. Have to be careful here. Oh, he's not going close to me, fortunately. I'm really on edge here, I have to tell you. Just gonna get a few more hits in. What do we got? There goes Cavenado. Not a good start. At least we've got insurance. That time is so curious, it really is. Oh no! He comes before. He comes before! Dick! Dick! That is literally designed to mess with me. I should have just played it safe. I should have just played it safe and dropped one. Whatever. Yeah, well, this is... Yeah, there we go. Let's just... That's abandoned. That's an abandoned quest, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to stick around for this. This is not... Anyway. I can't abandon, you see, because I had to wait for my character to stop dying. But yeah, that's the quest, everyone. We can try one more time because I now know the timing of the arrival of the second one, but yeah. At least now that I know the time. It's so sneaky of them to do it before the 5-minute mark like that. Arseholes. Yeah, 2 is not possible. Well, it's possible, but it's not ideal, and it's not going to be sensible at all. Ugh. Why it's so damn cold all of a sudden. I'll go for Moxie and Weakener. And Cavenator can go for Insurance again. Okay. But yeah, that didn't really... I felt like, again, I don't even, with smoke bombs, think we're going to have much of a chance, but... What I think I'll do is shoot Pierce from the beginning, because at this point I really do need high DPS to get that first one killed as soon as possible, so... The higher the DPS, the better, and slicing's really not going to do it for the DPS, so... I am going to shoot Pierce level 3 to start with. And that's how we're going to play it. Oh god. And that way, hopefully, we can have a bit more of a successful hunt. Yeah, water is... No, listen to me. We're doing Bloodbath, alright? I literally said we're going to do it again, so... Post-Bloodbath. What the fuck? I'd rather do Bloodbath than that garbage you just posted. He's hoping you can get insurance again, though. Ugh. Exactly, Anton. I mean, as I said. As I said. But yeah, I think... I don't know if water is better than ice for Bloodbath. In fact, I can check right now. Let me check. Obviously, for Diablo's ice is better, but... For Bloodbath, I'm not 100%. Let's have a look. Where are you? It's always faster if you just type it in, but I don't have my keyboard, like, right here, so... I'm going through the list of monsters instead. And it's a long list in this game. Again, imagine if they actually had some species in this game, that would be crazy. Just the sheer number of monsters you could have. You could easily more than double the current roster of monsters. I'm being fucking blind and stupid, I think, because I can't find it. Blind and stupid. Oh, well, fuck me, mate. Yeah, forget it, I'm not looking anymore. Are you posting or not? Holy god, you still haven't eaten, still haven't posted. Bloody hell, okay, I'll look for it properly this time. There you are. Arsehole. Weakest to water. In fact, ice and thunder are identical as secondary weaknesses. Excuse me. Thunder, Ice, and Dragon are identical as secondary weaknesses. And if you use Fire, you're having a bad time. A zombie, you'll always find insurance, provided you have all the food, that is, which I think you would. You'll always find insurance with the elemental resistances at the back, so the medium level elemental resistances. There will be at least one food with insurance there. Juvenator, can you explain to him what we want to do right now? Because he seems to be deeply fucking confused. Juvenator got it? Okay, cool. Like, I'm not sure what the confusion here is, but, like, we're doing it again. Like, we're doing the bloodbath again. I'll send an invitation by letter next time, and maybe then it'll be even faster. Jumping Jesus. Okay. Oh no. Unfortunately, zombie, Juvenator just got insurance before you did, so you kind of ate for it unnecessarily there. It'd be nice if insurance stacked, though. Yeah, I do see that you got it, but we were just saying before you ate for that Juvenator got insurance, so... yeah. It is what it is. Better two people have it than none, that's what I say. It's not a big deal, it's more an issue for you than for the team, but... anyway. I do love that longsword design though. I love all the Mizuts and their weapon designs. I think so anyway. I haven't seen any that I don't like. Alright, so after whatever that would have been, 6 minutes of preparation, most of that time not actually having anything to do with preparation, we can now try our Bloodbath G5 again. Feeling a little parched, might have to get a drink of water soon. Yeah, it does look very good. Just making sure that we're all done with the box, and then I'll fire off the old Demon Affinity. And this time I will be equipping, or not equipping, but rather using from the beginning, Pierce level 3. For maximum DPS. And now, at the very least, I know the spawn time. It's like, I don't know, 4 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that. Oh dear. Obviously from the side, going through the wings for maximum piercings. Right on Cabinator's head right there. I do love that he spins into the ground though. Like a drill. You can see DPS is looking much better now versus before, obviously. It struck me as stupid that I would be shooting, slicing at the start, knowing that it's bad DPS, when we need to kill the first one as soon as possible. That's basically the key to our success in this hunt. Just making sure that I'm rolling, should that end up hitting me. Now, I wonder if it's a set spawn time or if it's within a range. You know, in other words, I wonder if it can spawn at any time around the 5-minute mark. Maybe he doesn't spawn at the same time all the time. So what I'm probably going to do, I couldn't do anything there. I couldn't even roll that time. I'm going to die on the hot floor. So that's nothing I can fucking do there. Just another stupid situation where he does that garbage raw combo. And he launched me into a fucking hot area. So Moxie didn't do shit there. Now we're going for time. Bit more time left. But 2 deaths before we've even barely killed the first one is not a good fucking start. Don't drink another max potion, you fucking idiots! Ugh! How frustrating. That sounds good, Steve. Again, not many people crouch these days, but it still works. Still works. So, oh, that was actually good. He ended up aiming for the person who was furthest away, giving them the most time. I mean, that's basically how you work out, or that's basically the difference between surviving that combo and dying. It's how far away the monster is from you. So, I guess the key is don't stand too close to the frickin' monster if you're running a ranged setup anyway. Alright, I'm gonna have to be careful. The reason why I don't want to start smoking too early is because I'm probably going to need to use all of them. I think I'm gonna drop it now. I'm not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk it. So just be careful, guys, not to hit the other one when he does spawn. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where is that in... no, that's not in range. I'm in an unfortunate situation where I probably have highest DPS on the team, but I have to sort of focus on smoke bombing. I mean, what is there to say other than this is not looking like a successful hunt either. We actually performed better last time. Where is he? I don't think it is the same spawn. No, it's not the same spawn time. It's slightly different each time. Because that was closer to the 5-minute mark that time versus last time. I believe it was 20 seconds away last time, about, whereas this time it was 5 seconds. So it is actually not an exact time, which is a little annoying, but that's alright. At least I know that it's not necessarily on the 5-minute mark, it can be before, so... Do bow guns pierce Conchu? Depends on the shot. I'm sure you could technically pierce a Conchu with pierce shots. As far as how effective that would be or how many piercings you could possibly get through a Conchu body, I wouldn't know. It does knock them back though, I think. If you're asking purely, does it prevent having the Conchu knock back, I don't think so. Just waiting for the time to smoke bomb. I think now would be good. I took a hit for that, but just wanted to make sure that we could focus on this one. No, you fucking don't. Well, it's interesting that N10's given that a try. I don't think I've ever bothered shooting a Conchu with a gun before. Alright, my DPS has been suffering here, so let's try to pick it back up. I've been very careful with my smoke bombing, so... just making sure that I'm not... I mean, the other Bloodbath is really far away right now, so even if I didn't top up the smoke immediately... oh, there you go. Beautiful. So that's that one taken care of. Now we have to be very careful with this next one, guys. Bring your A game for our next hunt, because... oh, I should have dropped another smoke so that we could carve in peace. Let me try to do that. Hold on. Just in case he turns around. That'd be pretty silly if we're sitting here carving, and then Diablos comes and runs us down and kills someone while we're carving. Alright. So I'll probably shoot all of my Pierce level 2 and then try some slicing. I don't like where he is right now. I'd much rather fighting over that way. But whatever. That's a beautiful place for you to stand, Diablos, because I'm getting the best possible piercings through you right now. I'm going to try to draw him away from this lava area because it's an environmental feature that's preventing movement, you see. Like he can get stuck up against it and then... oh well, straight back in there. Yeah, zombies pinging away from it. Good call. I wanted to see how far he would actually charge then. I probably should have just rolled that, or depth rolled it. Would have been a much safer thing to do. Oh, I'm going to be on the life powders now. Stupidly, I did use one of my max potions, so if I do get to a point with my health where it would be better to max potion, I can't. Because I'm dumb. Very stupid. Don't know why I drank 2 of them, it just happened. It was definitely frustrating. Alright, I'll move on to slicing, level 2. And I'll try to shoot them as much as I can. Rather than really aiming for a specific part of the body, I'm just going to shoot as many as I can in the interest of good DPS. Oh, got a flinch. Might as well hit the tail. Now obviously I'd like to be getting the stomach with these if I can. That's good cutting damage on the stomach. Or chest, depending on how you would refer to it. I should be adept rolling these fucking... See, I'm sorry guys. I apologized before I even died because I knew exactly what was going to happen. I saw him turning towards me and... yeah, there's nothing I can fucking do. Because that is the worst thing about Bloodbath Diablos. It is that stupid raw combo. Killed me twice. Because, you know, you're just standing there. You can't do anything. So either you adept roll the raw, you stay out of the raw range, you have raw resistance. Basically, don't get stuck by his raw. And that's what I've done twice, and both times got hit. So, one of the most annoying fucking combos in the series, and you have to actually do something to resist it, and I've not been doing that. I'm not in the habit of it, so... you know, for example, really trying to adept roll the raw. It's not just for fun here, it's actually to survive. And it's fucking annoying. Awful. And I find it to be a little cheap. I don't like that attack at all, but... anyway, that was a nice waste of 30 minutes, so... whatever. Respawns can actually happen while you're standing in the area, but I think ideally, with respawns it's very strange, and I think it does depend on the monster you're fighting. But with Khonshu, you can just leave one area away and they should respawn when you come back in if you've waited for long enough. But yeah, I don't think Khonshu will spawn again while you're in the area. They could, and honestly, part of the confusion there is that it does depend on the game as well sometimes. You can have a turn zombie because I think we've done enough with Bloodbath for now. I mean, the fact that you... anyway, it doesn't matter. Turn the zombie. You know what I might do? I'm gonna have a drink of water, and I'm gonna eat a Tim Tam. How about that? Oh, I deserve a fucking Tim Tam after that garbage. Is it Lao Shan time? It may very well be. Did Zombie say he wanted to do that? Oh, I see. He wants Hyper Han Horns, so there you go. Double-coated Tim Tam. Oh my god. Just divine, really. I absolutely deserve that. Reminds me of an old episode of The Biggest Loser in Australia. I think it was the 2007 one. There was this woman and they had this thing called Temptation. I didn't watch the show. I just was there that day, that night. And I was sort of morbidly fascinated by how bad it was. And there was this thing called Temptation, and these people, you know, trying to lose weight are basically put in front of all this fucking food that is just terrible for you. And this girl went and had 2 Mars bars, and the fucking trainer, I forgot her name now, she's quite well known in Australia, like in the world of fitness, more of a celebrity than an actual... Well, let's not talk about that. But the point is that this trainer who was there, she was like, I can't believe you had 2 Mars bars. Like, you know, she went and had 2 Mars bars, and she's freaking out about it. She's like, I can't believe you had 2 Mars bars. You know, such garbage television drama. And the woman's like, well, I think I deserve those Mars bars. I think I've been working pretty hard. I felt like I deserved them. You know, so that's when I said I felt like I deserved that Tim Tam, I was reminded of that, you know. I'm not sponsored by Tim Tams. Or by... Is it Arnott's? I think it's Arnott's. Yeah. Or whatever. Not sponsored by him. Well, Ice Light Bacon. Let's do that. From one Diablos to another. Which I'm not extremely excited about. But I'd rather this. I'd rather a Hyper Diablos, like a regular Hyper Diablos, to, you know, double G5 Blood Bath. Disgusting. So I'm going to be looking for Exchanger here. Can always hope. Wait. No, I think it was Explorer, yeah. Again, got spooked by Explorer. And I think I already checked it first. Oh, here you fucking go. Gourmet voucher. Sorry for eating it after, or rather, using it. Sorry for using the gourmet voucher after everyone's eaten. But I took a long time. Oh no, Juvenator. Excuse me, Juvenator and Cavenator have not actually eaten yet, so excuse me. That worked rather well. So that's pretty good. And Lao Shanlong is a long quest, yes. Yes, indeed. So I think, yeah, it's just mostly going to be internal ammo with this gun. I will bring some ice shots. There you go, freeze as they call it. You know, I have to address something, because I said that the only way you can get ice elemental damage in first gen is with a bowgun. It's actually not true. There is no ice elemental damage at all in first generation. Now the reason why I thought you could get it with a bowgun was because there was a mistranslation in Monsanto Freedom 1 in the English version that translated the water shot to ice shot. So, and I sort of understand why, the kanji for water and the kanji for ice. It's like 1 stroke difference, okay? But That was a professional team working on the translation. How they fucked that up, I don't know. I'm sure native speakers of Japanese wouldn't read ice as water, you know, or vice versa, just because they're so similar. I think, you know, they naturally look for that. But this translation team genuinely made a mistake with that. I mean, that's pretty bad. So, you're shooting Ice Shot in Monster Hunter Freedom 1, but it's actually Water Shot. It's just really dumb. Now, I don't know if that is also present in Monster Hunter 1. I don't know if it's Water Shot in Monster Hunter 1 or Ice Shot, but the mistranslation that I'm talking about at the very least was in Freedom 1, so it's a little bit weird. Little bit weird. If it was actually a mistranslation in 2 games, then wow. There isn't much you can say to excuse that now, can you? If it was 1 game, fair enough, but if it happened for 2, well, that's not really okay now, is it? Indefensible is what I would say. So we're going to go for piercings again here, because we are doing freeze pierce. Got this fucking Apsaros slowly just walking into the middle of the hunt. I mean, what does he think he's going to do? He's going to die is what's going to happen. Not necessarily because we're going to kill him because he's gone and walked in, but rather he's going to get caught in the crossfire. It's just what happens. So, don't know what the hell he thinks he's doing, Mr. Apsaros. I hate them, I really do. They're just so stupid. Really dumb, small monsters. You can see that left to right deviation is a whole lot more noticeable when you're shooting from a distance, but it's still not a big deal. It's not something that I'm too worried about. For example, if I really hated it, I could actually compromise the damage of my set to go and get a skill that would increase my accuracy, but why would I do that? That would be steadiness plus... Oh, well, it's only minor, isn't it? This deviation. Yeah, mild, it's called. So, steadiness plus 1 would do the trick. But it would be so silly to get a skill for that, I feel. There'd be no reason to. Because again, it's only a minor inconvenience. Just a minor inconvenience. Generally speaking, it doesn't actually affect your hunt negatively at all. Not for me, anyway. So the hardhorn, like the hyper hardhorn that we're getting here, is a quest reward, which means that we don't actually have to break the horns for it, which is worth mentioning as well. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. I hope that's the case. I don't know if... No, it wouldn't be a wound reward. Really don't believe so, but having said that, it really is a good idea to try and break the horns whenever you can, because getting hard horns from Diablos when you hunt a Diablos, or at least getting a chance for hard horns when you hunt a Diablos is definitely good, so we want that. Shut up. I'd like to get you in a trap, I think. How the hunt's going, Vernon? Pretty good. We had a double failure in Bloodbath G5, which is about what I expected. We had a double failure because I wanted to try again after the first failure, because the first failure was a bit dumb. You know, we died because the second one appeared. I was trying to smoke bomb on the 5-minute mark, but he came like 20 seconds before the 5-minute mark and destroyed us. So at that point I was like, oh, we have to try again, so I got us to try again, but this time we failed again, and I died twice that time, actually, because twice I got raw comboed. Which is just, you know... At that point, I mean, I don't mind dying to a raw combo, because, for me, I feel like that's not really... I suppose in a way you can avoid the raw combo, but particularly if you're running adept like I was, but still. I don't feel like that was really a huge misstep to die under those circumstances. I feel that it's a bit of a cheap way to kill a hunter. Charge at them while they're affected by a raw, I mean, it's just garbage. But that's the way Bloodbath works. Trying to break these horns. You've got a pitfall trap. Drop it? Actually, don't drop it, zombie, because your pitfall traps are probably not as numerous as mine. What I'll do is I'll try to... If we could all aim for the horns, guys, after this mount, and then I'll drop a trap by the feet. That was a long time of me standing there getting over that roar. It was not quite the right position for that trap, but oh well. At least it's close. Don't you dare, you stupid monster. Shit. At least he doesn't destroy the trap when he does things like that. If this were Freedom Unite, he'd be bloody well destroying it. Of course, for pitfall traps, the only timing you have to worry about when it comes to a hyper monster is ensuring that the monster's not about to leave when you put it down. Because you're not going to be waiting for... I guess technically it's better to do it when the monster's not enraged. An enraged monster will resist traps faster. But you're not going to be waiting for exhaustion with a hyper monster, obviously. What I usually do with traps is I hold off for when the monster is exhausted. That's why I almost never use pitfall traps on camera, or traps in general. If I use a shock trap, it's usually for a capture, and if it's for a pitfall, it's usually for an exhaustion. So, that's the way I play. Which isn't necessarily the best possible way to play, but it's the way I do it. I'll just do this. Sorry if I hit anyone with these. Oh no, that was perfect. Got most of that through the tail, didn't end up hitting teammates. That was perfect. Tail tip is best for element, I think. At least it is for... yeah, pretty sure that's best for element. I can't remember, Vernon. You're very interested in my status set. You're more interested in my status set than I am, clearly. I'll work out an alternative if I need to, but for now I'm just leaving it away. Oh, well I can let you know what the skills are. I started off with a set that was designed to give as much damage to Death Grip as possible, but I decided that I wanted something that would work just across the board for whatever Blade Master status weapon I would want to use. So I changed it to something else that didn't... before I had Attack Up Large and, you know, all that sort of stuff going on, but this time it's mostly, I think it uses Hayabusa Feather as well. It's probably something along the lines of Critical Eye +3, Status Attack +2, Crit Status, and something like that. So, I believe that's roughly what the set is going to be. Did you really go this way? This is a strange rotation for this monster. I don't think we're doing very good damage here. I can't remember the last time I fought this monster in this area, is what I'm trying to say. And if she's, or if he's going over here, then it's a bit weird. See, I almost got comboed by that tail slam on the ground there. It's only a little tail slam, but only had a little health. God. Have we still not broken that fucking horn? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's shocking. Shocking stuff. Here's another trap. It's not going to last too long, but at least I can get maybe a few shots off on the face. Oh no. Because I went for those shots, he was off target. Because I wasn't lining up with the trap properly. I only get time to reload, practically. You have picked a very interesting place to stand, Cavenator. A very interesting place to stand. And also a very interesting time to heal yourself. Or whatever you were doing. Oh my god. It's like a troll. Like, you get a pitfall trap and the guy stands right in front of me healing. It's enough to make me want to lose my bloody mind. Anyway. Guess I better go drink a fucking cool drink. Waiting patiently to get this hunt taken care of, and hoping that this damn horn breaks fairly soon. Of course, it's hard to hit it consistently with this monster moving around so much, and I'm relying on rapid fire right now. I'm probably not even doing that much damage to it. I don't think it's much of an elemental weak point anymore. It used to be. It used to be very good for element, back in 2nd gen, I think 1st gen as well, but not so much anymore. Okay, I think that's a broken horn. There you go. Okay, now. Hey, good flash bomb on the pitfall. You know, I haven't done that in so long, but I started doing it because, well, I did it recently because I was doing a challenge for Portable 3rd in Hunsterverse. And I realized, when I was doing these challenges, I was doing some things that I hadn't done in so long. Because, you know, I'm a bit casual now. But when you're actually doing a challenge, you sort of play properly, and I realized, oh yeah, I remember doing this sort of shit. Like, you know, bringing sonic bombs to a Diablo sign, oh my god. And flashing out of pitfalls. I was doing that stuff. Where do you limp to? I suppose he'll go to the large area first. And then he'll go to whatever area it is, the small area. You need 6 Nucilla Cortex. Well, it's not a big deal. At least it's Cortex, that's just something you get standard. If this, well yeah, this will probably hit 15 minutes, won't it? Most likely. Most likely. Oh, he's already limping off. He does go to the large area first, but you have to try and catch him there if you want to kill him. What's going on with the team? What are you guys doing? You're all going off in different directions, I mean, whatever. Whatever. Hopefully Zombie can get here. I'm worried about Zombie getting his carbs, but you guys, I don't know. I mean, I should have captured really if I were being nice about it. Zombie goes south one area and then try to go northwest once you go. Alrighty. But yeah, what's my hunter rank at this time? 798 still. Well, when I said that I would only go for as long as it takes to get to hunter rank 800, I guess I didn't factor in the possibility that I'd spend 30 minutes failing 2 hunts, which is what happened with Bloodbath Diablo, so I've kind of set myself back with getting to Hunter rank 800, so yeah, I'm not going to get to 801, no fucking way. I'm just going to get to 800 and then leave it there, because this has been a bit not great. Hasn't been the most efficient run. I'm glad you got your calves at least. Didn't get a regular hardhorn out of that. As far as... maybe it's Hyper Solid Fang from Diablos. Wouldn't it be ridiculous if you didn't get Hyper Hardhorns, but you instead got Hyper Solid Fangs? Oh my god. That would be really stupid now, wouldn't it? Well, Juvenator's turn. You got a Hyper Hardhorn? Well, thank god for that. I was worried that maybe you wouldn't get them from that quest, which would make no sense, but I was still worried. I didn't need them, so I'm glad you got them instead of me. Oh yeah, I'll still be playing when I get to Hunter rank 999. I still consider this hunting for fun, like there's nothing that I really need in the game anymore. So I'm just kind of passively working towards Hunter rank 999, and then once I get to 999, I'll just be, yeah, continuing to hunt. So I'm going to feel all that different to what I'm doing now. In terms of my armor skills, Vernon, I'm going to find out. All that I'm missing here is status crit, so... okay, so it's what I said before, plus sharpness plus 2. So it's critical eye plus 3, status attack plus 2, sharpness plus 2, status crit. So that's the set. And stupidly, I mean, I really don't think I've made the decoration somewhere else, and it's just sitting. Like you can see, I just need 4 points of crit status, and then I'll be fine. But that's the thing that I need. And I don't think it's sitting on any piece of armor anywhere. Like I checked before, I remember. Just trying to see if... because I think I've already got one, don't I? I think I've got one sitting... yeah, see, I've got this here. So I've used these Kumoris. I've actually acquired them. This is the thing. I'm pretty sure that I have gotten rare in the Tundra before, but something's preventing me from getting it now. And I don't know if it's quests, because I've acquired Toxic Kumoris before. You can see that I've used them to acquire these. Well, I don't know about the level 1 jewel, but I know for the level 2 jewel at the very least I do need them. Oh, okay, so I must need another 2 jewels or something. Hold on, so 1 there, and then I must have an open 2 slot somewhere, right? Do I have an open 2 slot? Yeah, I do. So open 2 slot there, so I actually need 2 more decorations for that. So I've got an open single slot there. Well, what about... yeah, so many crit status things. Decorations is the word. Thank you, Doomlink. Crit status, so... I've got 2 regular Toxic Kumoris. Kumori. And then the large ones here. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think I might have a level 1 sitting on some armor piece, but I don't know. I don't think I've got a level 2 sitting around. What's that? Crit element. Can always have a bit of a look. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. If I see anything that's crit status, I mean the chances are kind of low. The only set that it would have been on would have been my status Gunland set that I used to have but got rid of. I retired it because I never used it and I needed another slot for something else. Like imagine that, a status Gunland set. How specific can you get? Disabler jewel. Close but no cigar. That was annoying to see. That's the one I have equipped. I was there it is! Well, no, not really. Part of me felt that way, but... see, look at all this crit element stuff. If only you could be crit status, really. If only you could be. So, crit status, already got that. Already got that. As in, wearing it. Sorry if I'm taking too much time, guys. I just wanted to take a bit of a look through this. And then after that, I'd have to check my decorations, which would take forever to do. Actually, no, it wouldn't take too long. Well, talismans, sorry, not decorations. It'd be nice if I could... Oh, what is Y? Remove all currently equipped decorations. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to do that. That would be kind of nasty. But... because that would cause issues down the line. I would assume that would mess up my armor sets. Or maybe it wouldn't mess up my armor sets, but... yeah, I don't think it would actually, but still. Don't know if I'd really want that. Yeah, let's not check all these. I'll be here forever. What is the quest that we are doing? It is Seregios. Seregios Scuffle. It is a little bit of a scuffle, actually. It's a good way to describe it. That's what it's like to fight a Seregios. You feel like you're scuffling a bit. Let's go longsword. My ugly Zenoga longsword is what we'll be using. Yay. What a joy. Seregios Scuffle at the Volcanic Hollow. That's a little different to what I'm used to. I'm usually fighting him in the desert, I think because I'm usually doing the hyper hunt. Well, I don't mind taking a break from these hypers, honestly. Again, looking for Exchanger. I mean, if I had acquired Exchanger more consistently during this recording, would have been better. But... no. The game's been kicking me in the ass in that regard. Alright, fine. Go defense up, large with... yeah, defender high. Yeah, I don't like Seregios either, he's an asshole. He doesn't do much for me. He's just unpleasant. Because he just moves around so much. I wouldn't mind using longsword against him, that's why I'm using it. But I would say that there are certain weapon types that I'm just not going to be able to use against him, because it's just going to be so annoying. Like, I wouldn't want to use even greatsword. I mean, I can comfortably use greatsword on a lot of monsters, but I don't know if I'd want to do it with Seregios even. He just moves so damn much. He never stays still, that stupid thing. I'd sooner find a Tigrex, because at least with Tigrex there's more of an element of predictability to him, I feel. I don't think Seregios is as predictable as Tigrex is, I'm not sure. But yeah, when I say it's like a scuffle when you're fighting him, it really is like a scuffle. What the hell am I doing? I'm probably going to go down to the large volcanic area. And I think this is going to drop me into it. Yes. We're out there. You don't start here? Great. I think I know where you are then. You're at the top. Oh my god. What a waste of my time. Okay. I have to manually go back up there. I mean, I was so close to where he was and I went down here instead. That was stupid. I almost got attacked by a Contri there. Take it easy. Keep away from these thunderbugs. Oh dear, Seregios. Well, I suppose it makes sense that you start here now that I think about it, but still. It's annoying. I was so close to you and I went in the opposite damn direction. This is why I bring Psychoserums, you see. Alright. Nice and easy with the longsword. Stop that. Get off me. I feel like they're a whole lot more lenient with the bleeding in this game versus 4 Ultimate. I think 4 Ultimate just let you bleed. You got hit once, you're practically done. In fact, I would say that maybe you would get bled on the second hit, as opposed to the third in this game. Probably something like that. I mean, I could always be remembering it wrong. But, I don't know. Felt like it was a little harder to deal with in 4 Ultimate. Maybe because just playing the game was harder, because I was on this stupid 3DS. Come on, get in range. Got unhinged spirit there. Which I might make use of, actually. I suppose that particular attack that he just did there would be the one where he stays still the most. Oh, beautiful timing. Got unhinged spirit ready to go. Ugh. Didn't realise Cavenator was running hammer, actually. Probably stay away from it then. As in, stay away from the head. Go for that tail then. Oh, that was annoying. I think the tail actually pushed me off that ledge a little bit. Don't think it was just the movement of my weapon. Do the mid-air spirit combo, which is very cool. And quite damaging too, I would imagine. May as well take this time to sharpen up. How much purple do I have on this? Oh, a decent amount, yeah. Definitely worth sharpening up to. If you've got the time to, anyway. Don't know what just broke there. I'd like to get that tail, though. Certainly wouldn't mind. Well, that's right, I have Critical Juncture 3 on this now. I think that was the one that I always had but never equipped. Is that right? Yeah, it was Critical Juncture, I think. The one that I just didn't equip. I think I fucked up Cavenator there, sorry about that. How long has the stream been running for? Almost 3 hours. I was not expecting it to take this long, but again, I had 30 wasted minutes, unfortunately. So, I mean, I wanted to do a shorter stream today, I really did. I mean, it's obviously going to be shorter than 8 hours, but I was wanting about a 2-hour stream, because I only needed to hunter rank up, like... What did I start at? I think, yeah, it was 4 hunter ranks. So, yeah. I was thinking that I'd be able to do that in 2 hours, and I would have been able to, but I got a bit caught up on other things, so. But yes, I will go until I get 800. Alright. He's now limping out. Would love to catch him in here, but doesn't look like that's happened. We've got 2 shinies, actually. May as well gather at those. Oh, I see. They're from the Thunderbugs. Oh, well. There's Monster Essence. Used to just be called Thunderbug Jelly, now it's Shocking Jelly. Oh, that jelly's shocking. I went the wrong ass way, but that's alright. Because you can still get there fairly quickly by going this way. I mean, I knew that this was where it was going to take me. I literally took this route just before, at the start of the quest, but I guess I'm being lazy today. Well, thanks for joining, Beans. Thank you. There we go. That is a dead Seregius. Oh, I think he's dead. Cave it in. Just got a feeling. Just got a feeling. Alright, so hopefully that takes me to $7.99, yes it will. And then I'm guessing 2 more hunts after this, And I should be at 800. Hopefully. Provided we don't do some... Or provided we don't fail a quest, and provided we don't do some high rank thing. Which I will not allow, actually. Oh dear. I did not intend to record for this long. It's already almost 1:30 in the afternoon. Haven't done anything today. Oh well. It's what happens when you start so late as well. I think I started at 10 again today. Whatever. A distinction. Well, that's very nice of you, game, to give me a distinction for that performance. I felt that I did rather well myself, yes. And $7.99. In fiscal terms, that's basically 8. Alright. Oops. I want another Psycho Serum, please. Alright, Cavenator, what are you going to grace us with today? We're not doing Bloodbath again, so... Post what you will. There goes Juvenator. He's had his turn, so he's out of here. He's out of here. Does that mean Cavenator is to follow? Possibly. Well, we'll see what's going on. Oh. Yep, they're both out. As usual, without so much as a goodbye. But that's alright. It's usually how things go with them. So, Zombie, we will go and find another room. I'll find something that will have space for both of us. And hopefully, turns any with Alex screaming about it, actually. You know, he's got something within the vicinity of 6 exclamation marks there. So look for Turns Any by Alex. And I don't think you'll have too many difficulties finding the room. There are not too many of them around these days. Oh, unfortunately someone just took this lot. Some Chinese guy. Sorry guys. Okay, now we're going to try the Turns room hosted by Zooch. It's just called Turns. That's fine, Juvenator. Oh. And again, these fucking rooms are... They are in high demand. I can't seem to get into the second slot and then have space for another. I'm not doing Rust Razor again. This guy's name's Good Boy. He's a good boy. Spanish? How about we join the Spanish room? HR minimum 1,200... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 1,026. HR maximum 2,305. I think he's going to be hard pressed to find... I mean, anyway, obviously the joke is that the reason why it displays this is because the search system is fucked. So, yeah. What can we do? Zooch? Okay, come on, Zooch. Let's go, Zooch. We're trying Zooch again. Can I get in there with you? Is the question. I don't ask to have such a lengthy process to just get into a fucking room, but that's what's happening today. So they're going to be like, oh, why is he back? So just look for Zooch's room. It's a Turns room, I believe. And if we can all get in here, then that'd be great. Beautiful. Now we're going to see whose turn it is, because they're both sort of just standing around, so... Come on, guys. Who's posting? Zooch is spinning in a circle on Rajang, which means that it's probably Rajang's turn. That's what I interpret. I'd say that's a sensible interpretation. Makes sense to me. Come on. Do you want a written invitation, Rajan? What's happening here? Like, what do you actually want? This is just a little bit dysfunctional. Just a little bit. Because Zuch and Rajang, they're both here. Like, there's no AFK situation here. Like, they're both here, but neither of them are posting a quest. We just joined your room. I'll skip, says Rajang. Thank you. Well, you can go and post, zombie. Skip. So go for it, zombie. Go post something if you have something you want to do. In fact, if you want to do Lao Shan Lung, we can. I don't mind. But if you've got something else you'd like to do as well, we'll do that. I don't really care at this point. So, yeah. Oh dear. Excuse my yawning. Giant dragon invasion. Those two are not going to be impressed to see that. It'd be hilarious if they both left as soon as they saw it. They're like, no way, I'm not doing this. Alright, so I'm going to bring a bow. Last time I brought a bow that wasn't a pierce bow. I ended up bringing a pierce bow anyway. It was really stupid. I'd like to actually bring a spread bow this time. I love Lao, says Zuch. I'm assuming he's being sarcastic. I can only assume. So, what is my dragon spread bow is the question. I actually guessed totally incorrectly last time, so is it the Fatalis bow? Yes it is. That's what I did wrong. So I think this is my spread bow, but last time I equipped it on a set that didn't have load up. That's what I did wrong before. That's what I did wrong. So because I didn't have it on a set with load up, I was stuck with Pierce level 4 on the 3rd charge, when actually I wanted spread level 4 on the 4th charge. Point being, I didn't have access to the 4th charge. So, now that we've sorted ourselves out, I think we'll be ready for a bit of a better hunt than last time. Because last time I had spread up, and was shooting Pierce, which was just dumb, so could I please, pretty please, get Exchanger? Because that'd be great with this hunt, you know, I'd be probably getting 2,500 to 3,000 HRP from that. Please? Don't fail me now, game. Hey, Beta. Yes, Exchanger. So, I'm going to ensure that I get this Ultra Lucky Cat and Exchanger with a gourmet voucher. I don't want to be that guy using a gourmet voucher when everyone's eaten, but at this point I don't care. I want Exchanger. I need it, in fact. So there you go. What can I shoot here? Level 2 on power and element. So let's go get those. You got Exchanger? Well, that's good. Let's go and do that. Beautiful. I'll top up my Mega Dash Juice. Not that I'm going to need 5 in one hunt, but I will be making use of it. Because I'm going to be charging up to level 4 and also doing power shots over and over and over again. So, against Lao, yes, I will be using quite frequently. Or basically constantly using my Mega Dash Juice. I need a map or I'm going to get lost. Hopefully someone's going to deal with all the siege weaponry. I never do that. Some people like to do it, I don't. So if I ever get into a room where people either don't know how to use the siege weaponry or don't want to use it either, we're going to be doing a hunt where no siege weaponry is being used, because I never do that. I, to be completely honest, don't know 100% how it even works. I guess you take that thing along the track and then I don't even know how to move it. I don't know what it does. I guess you shoot a dragon element cannonball at the thing or whatever. I don't even care. But regardless, how long have I been live? 3 hours and 10 minutes just about. So, I really wasn't intending on being live for this long, but I would like to get to Hunter rank 800 in this recording. I'm currently at 799. Okay. Just gonna get my Mega Dash juice on the go. Rajang's got some more bombs to go. Oh, that was a bit of a 5th gen habit there. I was looking to do an evade reload, or you know what I mean. Evade charge, I guess you could call it, I'm not sure. Just gonna aim to break this horn and then I'll aim for some other part of the monster. Oh, that's the horn broken. Actually, I think there's a double break on the face, isn't there? And I don't really understand what that is, because you break the horn, but then the face sort of looks broken too, so I'm not sure what that is. If anyone knows what they're looking for with that, just let me know when it's actually broken, because I don't even know. I didn't even know there was a second break on it, to be honest. Looks like I'm stuck aiming for the stomach, which is fine. Let's get triple volley into there. Get my power coating soon, but just not right now. So one good thing about Lao is that you can actually use the jump back to charge, like this. So it allows you to charge and also get away from him at the same time. It's very useful. It will always automatically go to your highest charge level, so it's not going to always go to level 3. If you have load up, it will go to level 4, which is good. That's the benefit of all that. And you don't have to worry about stamina if you've got ye old Mega Dash juice, or any dash juice for that matter. Now, did that break the face again? Is that another face break? I think so. I'm just gonna say that that's the face break. Seriously, I don't care anymore. I don't think there was anything else to break, so I'm just gonna guess that that was it. Now Shenlong's having a hard time progressing forward, honestly. I should be firing off my... Oh, that's right, triple volley level 3 might have been something that I wanted to get. But yeah, I think as long as you're doing triple volley repeatedly, I think that's very good damage. Like if you're always shooting off that triple volley, just based on the fact that it recharges so much, and it's a fairly long animation to get the damage out, I'd say that'd be very good damage overall, and it's something that I need to do, because I don't think I've been in the habit of doing it in recent Lao hunts. Now, I'm probably not going to aim for the shoulder, because I just... Ugh, I don't care. I'd rather just... Oh, stop that. Maybe I'll go underneath him here. So it's not too close, that's all. Might be a bit too close. Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, this is the best place for me to be with spread. Just towards the front. Just about here. A little bit out of the range of tremor. Lao can't take damage when moving to Area 2 in this game. He definitely could in the older games. So that's interesting to know. Wonder why they would change that. I mean, there should always be a threshold. Like, the monster will never die when moving to Area 2, because there is a health threshold that is hit prior to reaching the final area. It's a health threshold of about 1,000. So therefore, the monster, it doesn't matter what, the monster will never die until he's at the final area, but as far as not taking any damage at all while making the transition, I don't know. Not sure about that. If it's true, then it was a thing that they added in this game, not in the old games. What is the star by your name? You were given a gifted sub. many days ago. So you are a subscriber to my stream because you were gifted one. Or subscriber to my channel, whatever. It's basically a way for people to support with subscriptions beyond what they've already subscribed for. You know, like you can't, for yourself, subscribe more than once, so you gift subs to other people. But it's also done so that friends can reap the same benefits of being a subscriber as you and all that sort of stuff. He's smashing that down there. Here, when Lau turns his head left to start moving to areas 2, his health is capped not at 1, but a scripted threshold. Well, Shen and Lau would be stuck at 1,000, yeah. It's never capped at 1. It's never been capped at 1. Well, are we saying it's capped, or does he actually not take any more damage? Like, if we attack him when he moves that head, does he lose any health at all? It's very strange that that would happen. I don't know what. I don't think that makes any sense. I'm not saying you're wrong necessarily, but that's really weird that he just wouldn't take any damage as soon as he turns that way, because provided you just put him at the threshold, you don't have to worry about him dying here. That's weird. That's really strange. Why would they do that? I suppose it is a waste of resources, but it's not really a waste of time, unless you're flinching him there. If you're flinching him there, then yeah, absolute waste of time. But that's just totally odd, and I don't understand why they would do it, because provided you just set a threshold, it should be fine. Maybe the reason why they did it was because they really wanted people to have a proper final showdown in the last area. So, you know, give them as much health as possible for that, but why? I think that's really stupid, especially given that no one's ever going to know that. Like, I don't think that's mentioned in game, so if it's not mentioned in game, how the hell would people know? I think that's really dumb. I don't like that at all. Bind him on the circle, good idea. I feel like he's moving very slowly though, which would mean that he's getting flinched a lot. Haven't really been paying attention, to be honest. Well, it's good information to know, Beta. I really didn't know. Well, it looks like there's no real need to bind him there. But, can always do it. But yeah, I had no idea that that's what they would do. I mean, the reason I wouldn't even have entertained the thought, because it makes no sense to me. I think that's really dumb and stupid and just not good game design. It makes sense for him to be on a threshold of 1,000, but as far as taking no damage as soon as he starts going towards Area 2, that is absolute stupidity. And I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I'm sure there was a reason for it, but as far as I'm concerned, stupid. Really stupid. Well, that's true. Oh, I guess you're right. I guess that's true, isn't it? Ah, that's a good point. Because that was a thing that you used to get, what Beta's talking about. In the older games, if people continue to attack Lau, even though all the health or all the damage had been dealt, you end up flinching Lau so much that he just can't get to the final area, and then you run out of time. But here, by making it so that as he travels to Area 2, he no longer gets flinched, that makes it so that... You know what? I don't think that is a good solution. I don't think that is a good solution, because the way you should do it instead is make it so that when he hits the health threshold, he can no longer be flinched. Just do that. I mean, how's that hard to fucking program in? I don't know. It might be, but I don't think it would be. Just make it so that if the monster literally is not losing health, don't allow the flinches to take place. So just use the same health threshold, except don't allow for flinching. But yeah, that's dumb. Okay, so he's turned his head, so he's no longer taking damage, so that's... Well, there you go. How stupid. Come on, Capcom. I mean, it was sort of an aha moment because I realized why they might want to do that, but then when I thought about it, I'm thinking, well, no, just make it so that he doesn't get flinched when he takes no health on the threshold. Because that's the problem. The problem was that you'd have a really strong team of people who didn't really understand the health threshold of the monster. You know, let's say they absolutely wail on Lao Shanlung for 15 minutes, and then they've already dealt all the damage in that 15 minutes of time, but it's still going to take Lao quite a bit of time to traverse the distance to the final area where you must kill the monster. And so imagine you've got this really strong team, you just keep flinching Lao so much, he can't progress in the time given. Well, hold on. What if it's like this, Beta? What if, this is separate to what I just said, what if he stops taking damage when it says follow Lao Shanlung to Area 2? I think that's what's happening. I don't think it's just when the head turns. I mean, you could be right, but I feel like it would make more sense that rather than on the head turn, it's probably when you get the notification saying follow Lao Shanlung to Area 2. That's probably how that works. But anyway. Well, of course it is separate. But what I mean is that I don't think it would be too difficult to program that in just for Lao Shanlung. I mean, maybe it is. That might be why they didn't do it. I think it's very strange, but naturally it is separate because you can see that it's separate. It's kind of demonstrated, but the point is that there should have been a way to make it so that he just doesn't flinch past a certain point. But maybe you just can't do that. I don't know. Don't know why you couldn't. I'd say it's some kind of laziness on the part of Capcom, that's my impression. And my guess also is that his threshold probably doesn't break, or you can't start doing damage to him until he's in the calm zone. I'd guarantee it. Because in this game, they just wouldn't allow him to die there. So I'd guarantee that he probably doesn't take damage until he's over that. Like, fully into the calm zone. Whatever. No, he's actually still got most of his body in a hittable area when the message comes through. Because I remember when I first saw it, I was thinking, why would I go now? There's still so much of his body left for me to attack, so I would just attack it. That was the first time I hunted Lao in this game. I was thinking, why would I follow him into Area 2 now? So, yeah, it's... You can still hit him for a good minute and a half, I think, after getting that message. So I think it might be the message, actually, that indicates when. Like, it's literally them saying, hey, follow him now. Like, follow him now. If you stay, you're not going to do anything. But, yeah, it's kind of odd. I think the whole thing is odd. But it's very good information to hear. Here goes the other shoulder. Have we got the back? Yes, we've got the back too. So that's everything broken on the monster. Don't know if I want to use a third Mega Dash juice. That might be a bit over the top. But yeah, I just wanted to use something that wasn't PS Bow for a change. I don't like using bow guns or Blade Master weapons on Lao anymore. I just stick to bow. And obviously Pierce is the nicest to go with, but I'm sick of using Pierce Bow now, so I'm just using whatever I can that's not Pierce Bow. Probably do Rapid next time. Might hit the mouth while it's open, if I can. It's not as good for... I mean, this is sort of a Rapid Bow, Pierce Bow sort of thing, but... Or I could do a triple volley into it. That'd be good. Oh, you dick. Or whatever. Yeah, so I think there's like a double break on the face, or at least I was told there was. I thought there was a single break on the face, thought it was just the horn, but... Maybe that's what it traditionally was, but now apparently there are 2 breaks on the face. And then you've got the shoulders and then the back. And the shoulders and back being broken are good for, at least traditionally good for, rare drops. You want all the wound rewards you can get from Lash Ammo. They essentially reward you for breaking the shoulders because, I mean, well, I guess you can technically break them with ballista shots, but they reward you for bringing a ranged weapon at the very least because it's otherwise fairly difficult to break them, I think. You'd have to be pretty aggressive on the ballista to break both, I think. Breaking the back isn't as hard, I don't think, because they've got... I think there were rocks being dropped on the back or something in the original games, but... And then you just have to do a little bit of damage on the back, and then you could also drop on the back and attack it, so... It wasn't as big of a deal as the shoulders, but... You're getting on your hind legs? No, you're going over there. Well, I'm glad I moved towards the front. I thought you were side-checking to your left. I haven't been doing my triple volley as religiously as I said I should be. But whatever. Bad habit. Yeah, anti-dragon bomb was the... That was the only way to put the anti-dragon bomb down, is when you actually jumped on the back, because otherwise you can't place them. You have to be actually standing on the monster in question. That is the origin of anti-dragon bombs that we, I believe, only saw with Gen Moran in the 3rd gen games. And it made a whole lot more sense there, anyway, because you were climbing on the monster a whole lot more often. Hopefully he's not going to last too much longer. I've definitely had my fill of this monster. I think that was a flinch, was it? Yeah. Just turned away in that moment. I'm sure there was an audio cue for it. If you flinch him while he's on his hind legs, he won't stay on his hind legs, he'll go back down on all fours. So sometimes, depending on how much you're flinching him, sometimes he just won't even get in range of the Dragonator, because you keep flinching him on his hind legs. Because to Dragonate properly, you want him on his hind legs, when he's like right in front of the gate. Or in front of the door, whatever you want to call it. Whoa! Take it easy, man. What's going on with you? Don't remember the last time I saw you do that. Well, he certainly didn't do it in the old games anyway, where he would actually get up on his hind legs and slam like that. Look at that! I don't even remember that. I don't even remember seeing that in this game. But yeah, he certainly didn't do that in the old games, but... That's interesting. I mean, it's an easy attack, isn't it? But easy attack to have him do, but... Yeah, interestingly... Just have no recollection of him doing that in this game, even. Oh, just let me walk in the fucking body. I mean, you have him take so fucking long to do his death animation, and then you want me to wait until he's completed it so that I can walk inside his body and carve. I absolutely hate that. I've talked about this before, but one thing that I hate about Generations and Generations Ultimate is that you have to wait to walk inside the body. You have to wait until the full death animation has concluded, and I hate that. I think that's really stupid, so not a fan. Yeah, definitely. Supposed to mess with melee users. Oh god, that was really annoying. So I don't think there's a head zone anymore, is there? And even if there was, you wouldn't have time, so... Used to be the same as Lao. 9 carves. 3 carve zones of 3. But now I believe it is 2 carve zones of 4. And there's a Laoshan mantle. My 9th. Let's see how much HRP we get with Exchanger from this hunt. I'm gonna guess around 3,000. I'm gonna hope around 3,000. That was points, so that was 2,000. No, oh, yeah, 2,300. Oh, God. I was skipping through all these pages. I think it was about 2,300 HRP. I think it was on the last screen. Got the mantle? That's good to hear. How many am I going for? I'm not going for any number. I'm just hunting Lao because Zombie in the chat is hunting with me, and that was the quest he wanted to do. I'm just looking for HRP at this stage. I'm going to stop recording when I hit 800. So one more hunt and we should be good. This ended up being almost 4 fucking hours when I wanted to do like around 2. Ugh, oh well. What's Zooch posting? Fuck off. No, I'm not. 2 long hunts? Oh, I hate you people. I'm gonna die. If we fail this hunt, I'm gonna scream, okay? I'm going to scream. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna move on from this room. Zombie, that might... I just need to do one more hunt to hit HR 800. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna join a room with 3 people, just so that I can get on a hunt real quick. But has been fun so far. If there are no rooms for 3, you can slot yourself in, but I'm not doing fucking Fatalis right now. I want to get this done as soon as possible. Charm farm. It wouldn't be a status gunner now, would it? Wouldn't be a status gunner now, would it? Could be. End off with a bang, no thank you. It'd be more like a puff of air from hitting an old cushion. If I were to do that fucking Fatalis hunt. So what have we got here? This is not Tom. What the fuck? So hold on, is this guy running? No, forget it. Didn't know what we had here. Turns out we really don't have anything of worth. Turns room. If you can get into this room beta, then sure, but... Look, I just want to get onto a hunt as soon as possible that it's... You dicks! Oh, never mind. This person's still on a quest. Well, I'm not sitting around. I'm just trying to get into a hunt real quickly, is that possible? I just want to be done, just want to get to HR 800 and be done. Recruiting, the sun, also wyverns. Of course it's full. Fuck me sideways. Turns room with the person who's whatever. Oh my god. Why is it so hard? Seriously. Okay. Look, I'm not... I know you're free. My point is that I was trying to join a room that was with 3 people, and they're ready to go on a quest. So, I will make a room now, but I didn't make one before because I was specifically trying to get a quest done as soon as possible. Anyway. Let's just do a quick hunt. Again, I only wanted to stream like 2 hours today. I'm doing almost 4. And I'm frustrated to see that every single room with 3 people either was full by the time I found it, or they're fucking around doing nothing. Alright, let's look for Exchanger. It's probably not going to be necessary to get the HRP to rank up again from here, but still will be useful for the future. What have we got on the board? You're welcome to join, zombie, by the way. Duramboros, hyper. I might go Pierce. Use heavy Pierce. And that should do us. The room's just called G-Rank, zombie. If you are going to join. Alright, got the ammo that I want. And we'll probably just go with 3 or something. Unless a 4th joins in this time. The party has been disbanded. Shouldn't have committed to 800 today. Shouldn't have committed to that double bloodbath, that's what I shouldn't have done. Whatever. Yeah, it's looking like we might 3. Oh, no, don't have to 3-man after all. Wouldn't it be funny if this guy turned up in the hunt and died 3 times? I mean, he wouldn't. I don't think he's going to be that bad. But it'd be pretty nasty if that happened. That's right. On my way to huntering 999, slowly but surely. It's surprising, even in this game it's quite a task. Even in this game, which really puts it into perspective for me what it's like to get to huntering 999 in a game where it's actually hard to HR up. Or at least, you know, if you're not doing quests specifically to grind it. I mean, in 3 Ultimate you can get to huntering 999 in like a month or less if you really aggressively farm 4-point formation, but if you're not doing that, it takes a long time. It's very slow going, and also the mere fact that 3 Ultimate is so slow-paced compared to games like this that are much more fast-paced. So you get more HRP in this game. Well, it's not necessarily that you get more HRP in this game, it's more that the required HRP is so much lower as you rank up. Oh, whoops, sorry, I was messing around with my controller. 8 for insurance. No, don't worry, no trolls here. Well, they can always die 4 times. You never know. You never know. No, I'm not genuinely worried about it. Where the hell does Duramboros start in this area? Or in this location, I should say. Well, let's find out. He's there? Okay. Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. I have fought him here. It was a while ago when I was. It was when I was doing my, whatever it was called, Berg Basher. My Berg Basher runs. Oh, Berg Basher. I had to delete Berg Basher, which was a sad time. It's the Duramboros heavy bowgun, and it's got such a silly name, and I made a set for it. Just because it's, you know, it's rather adorable. The name like Berg Basher. He's going to turn so he can swing his tail at me. You can see that the amount of distance he can cover is not minor. I don't like fighting him here. It feels like there's not enough space. Like you're basically fighting this large monster in a corridor. Why did I delete it? Well, I didn't actually... Well, I removed the set. but I removed it for space, because basically it was a joke set. It was the Durambo's heavy bowgun, which wasn't that good of a heavy bowgun, and I was using a set with full Durambo's transmog. And I'm sure, well, there's definitely footage of Burke Basher, but it's not... Yeah, it was never a set that I was going to use seriously. Look at the fucking damage of that. That is insanity. It is not for fun. That is just pure pain. What is this fucking guy doing? He's lost. The fourth guy is lost. I'm gonna be old and grey by the time he gets here. Oh my god, the speed of the tail swing is unbelievable. Fucking shit. Spending all my time healing rather than shooting. Alright, here we go. That's a little better now that I'm not half dead. Stupid monster. That's the worst thing, you know, you're used to a certain speed of tail swing from Duramboros, and then his hyperform goes and shits on you. Just drops that tail right on your head for most of your health. No! I can't clear that. At least that's not as heavy of a damage output. At least. Alright, old gunpowder infusion. I mean, I really should have been doing that in the first place. Wasn't sure which side I should go. To his left or to his right. There's the horns broken. We were going to have a trap down. Alright. Oh. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because we're going to lose our opportunity here because he's just going to land in the trap anyway, or not. That worked out perfectly because he's right on top of the trap, but he's not affected by it. So we can get the full benefits of him staying in place anyway. So now he's going to go back up onto the trap. Beautiful. That's just lovely. And nice of you, Duramboros. I mean, I was really quite worried that we were going to lose that opportunity, but we didn't. Alright. Well, it's a bit dark on my webcam, isn't it? Probably has been for the whole damn recording. Alright. I've definitely shot a lot of ammo into him. But this is a hyper Duramboros, he's probably got a lot of health. Don't know exactly how much, but it would be pretty reasonable, whatever it is. Pretty reasonable number. Knocked him down there. I would like to go from this angle to pierce. There we go, that's looking better. Duramboros being one of the few monsters that you can really get the best piercing damage with, because he's got a large weak point that you can pierce through. In other words, all the piercings, provided you're on the right angle, are going to be dealing the damage on the weak point, as opposed to maybe the first two piercings hitting the weak point and then the rest going through part of the body that's not actually weak. I'm not interested in what that. We were leaving. Looked like he was going up there ready to leave or something. It is very nice of you to stick around here. It's easier than having to follow you. Don't you just hate it when you've got exactly one shot left and you have to reload that? Who's got the time? Not me. No. Oh, that was close. Good flinch. Not that I was at risk of death, but I'd rather not take any more hits. What do you mean, am coming? Hope you don't mean you. This is the last hunt. He has taken a royal beating, this monster. Unfortunately, wasn't able to gunpowder infusion on that roar. Look at the speed of that. That's really the most difficult thing about hyper monsters sometimes. Throws their balancing out. Like, Duramboros is a heavy-hitting monster, but he moves slow. But when he's hyper, he hits even harder and moves real fast. So, he can be a bit of a challenge. Excuse the bird. Oh. Can't wait to eat something and get stuff done today. Die, please, Mr. Duramboros. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh.
The funny thing is he doesn't have a honky voice, it's just the really shit quality of the audio in that game. So he doesn't really have a honky voice. But I make it sound that way because it's just how it is. Alrighty, so that should be my last hunt for HR 800. Certainly wasn't anticipating it taking double the length of time I was anticipating. But, oh, I got a sack room, which is the typical childish joke. Void piercer in his eyeball. Yeah. We done? I think so. We're gonna just make sure that I do get enough HRP, which I will. I mean, I'll get more than 1,165, so should be good. But we are getting towards the end of the old recording. What is that emote you're posting? I can't even really see what it is. I mean, you've been posting it a lot, and I just don't know what it is. It's like this midget with red hair and something else going on. I don't even know. Yes, 800. What's the question for? That is my... Oh, this is the only Durambolite I have in this game? How... What? Have I hunted so few Duramboros? This is the only Durambolite I have on hand? That's really weird. Anyway. Alright. Hunter rank 800. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So. I do thank you all for watching. And I don't think I'll be recording tomorrow. I won't be doing anything tomorrow or relating to Monster Hunter or anything that I would record, but I might do a little bit of Monster Hunter Freedom 1 for Doomlink's random hunts, I think. We'll see. but it's not going to be live anyway, so don't expect that. I do thank you all for watching, and thanks for everyone who hunted with me for joining me in the hunts. I will see you all next time I'm live, and we're on to rank 800. Bye bye for now.